Dubois. Also, thanks to Infused IV Bar of Dubois and Fox's Pizza Den of Sykesville, sponsored of the live video feed on the Live Bigfoot YouTube channel and our Facebook page. And Maddox Barnes sends his high end over end kick, fielded by the up back at the 20. He brings it from left to right, cuts back into a wall, led by Tyler Hansley.
Yeah, and I think that goes back to what we've been seeing in recent weeks. They like to kick that high and short, and then the coverage team gets down there, and this time they pinned him down inside the 25, so that was a good one.
That was TJ Singer, Jr. on the return. 1st and 10 from the 24. St. Mary's got trips to the right. Field, sidecar to the left of Wheeler. Play fake. They're going to throw it out. It's complete into the flat. Coming up is Avion Bell getting to start at corner, and he gets a quick tackle on the night, short gain of 2. That's Frankie Smith on the receiving end.
And right away, they did what we didn't expect them to. They came out throwing when we thought they'd be running, but short gain.
Yep, coming out, 4 receivers on the field.
And as always, they're taking their good old time because they want to run time off that clock. They don't want to let TJ Wingert's boys out there.
Yep, keeping him on the sideline. Here's a game plan of everybody. Playing the Beavers 2nd and 9 from the 25. I formation this time. They're going to toss it to field coming left, and he breaks one tackle in the backfield. That's Duncan. Can't finish, but Thatcher Hansley rallies, gets the TFL anyway. It's going to be a loss of 3. 3rd and 12 coming up. St. Mary's does not want to be behind the sticks.
No, that's exactly what Dubois wants to do, too. I mean, that play was going nowhere from the very beginning. And it could have been even a bigger loss than it was, but he slowed down plenty to let 4 or 5 others get there.
Frankie Smith, Talon Thomas is your receivers, twinned up to the right. Wheeler in the gun, 2 backs each side. He throws over the middle, has his man. It's complete near first down yardage. Walker Thomas trying to fight him back, and he does. He's going short. Got 10 on 3rd down. But he's going to be stopped at the 31. Needed the 34, Keith. It'll be 4th down and 3.
And it was a good thing they swarmed to the ball because the initial defender got there, stopped him, but just stood him up, didn't get him down. And then the other 2 or 3 came in. They finally pushed him back and got the tackle.
2 early completions for quarterback Brody Wheeler. Junior starting quarterback. And Tyler Sheely is in punt formation for the Dutchman, and he sends it away. Hansley awaits. It's a high, short kick. It'll bounce at the 40 and out of bounds at about the 42. And that's where Trey Wingard and his elusive offense will start their first drive of the ball game. No score here. 10-17 to go in the first quarter on homecoming night at E.J. Mansell Stadium.
And that was blatantly obvious. They did not want to kick the ball to him. The punter squared up to the sideline before he even kicked it. They had no intention of giving Mr. Hansley a chance to return that
Jackson
ball.
Hansley did have a punt return for a touchdown in this game a season ago, or has a kick return on the season. So here we go with Wingard. Trips to the left. Duncan getting the start in the backfield, sidecar right. Jackson Hansley singled up to the right. They're going to go up the middle to Duncan. Cuts it back, but will be brought down for a short gain. That's Landon Cook with the stop.
Exactly what we expected him to do. They'll stay the course here. You know, I'm sure they'll go to some passing too, but we know we're going to see Mr. Duncan.
Yep, kind of more of a 3-3 stack look for St. Mary's than a 3-2. Still a light box. They're going to toss it out to Duncan coming left here. Can't escape Andrew Field. It'll be no gain on the play. 2nd, 3rd down, and 8 coming up.
Yeah, he closed on him quick there. I mean, he had that play read from the beginning. He closed the ground very quickly. Might see a pass now. 3rd and 8.
Andrew Field, he'll be the guy to look to stop on both sides of the ball if you're Dubois. Trips to the right here on 3rd and 8. Tries the hard count. Everybody stays disciplined. Now Wingard's directing traffic at the line of scrimmage, switching the play up. Here's a snap. Wingard back. Wingard looking down the sideline, throws it short, and it is picked off. Picked off at the 30-yard line.
Number 12,
Matthew Gilmore with the early turnover for the St. Mary's defense. And they quickly get the ball back.
That's one of the few bad passes we've seen Trey throw all year. It seemed like it came out of his hand wrong. It was wobbling quite a bit going down there, but Hansley was behind the defense again. He did have a couple steps behind the defense if he could have aired it out a little bit more.
It's like we talked about, Keith. I think it's going to be very important to get that run game going as they tried too early. They're going to try to take the top away from the Dubois offense. Here we go, I formation. They're going to give it to Field coming right. He's got a solid game. Spins off. There goes Field. Breaking free. 40. Samson Deeb in the chase. 20, 15, 10, 5. Andrew Field goes 68 yards for the early Dutchman score. They strike first here on homecoming night.
Yeah, he broke through the middle there and did one quick spin move, and he was off to the races. There was nobody home.
There's a flag behind the play somewhere. I didn't see it be thrown, but the refs are gathering over it, and they're discussing what went on. So momentarily, 68 yards on the ground for Andrew Field, who had a big game a year ago as a junior.
And you just got done saying they were going to have to account for him on both sides of the ball, and darned if he didn't take off right after that.
Yeah, just spun off a would-be tackler, and there was nobody there. They believe the Beavers got caught in a blitz.
Sideline interference.
So the touchdown stands, sideline interference. Not sure if sideline interference, that's different than a sideline warning.
Yeah.
So I'm sure there'll be some penalty yardage maybe on the kickoff, Keith, but I'm not 100% sure. But one thing I'm sure of, the Beavers are trailing 6-0 here early.
Right. And he pulled away from the defense. You got to give him credit. He did. There was nobody going to catch him once he got into the open field.
Yep, Andrew Field, he's a big boy, 6'1" senior, 219 pounds.
And fast.
Frankie Smith in for the extra point. Gilmore to hold. Good snap, good hold. Kick is up. It's low, but it is good. With 8:47 remaining in our first quarter, your score, St. Mary's 7, Dubois 0. You're listening to Dubois High School Football in Bigfoot Country.
Dubois Beavers football is brought to you by Andy Mann's Car Care. Stop and see Andy for state inspections, repair and service, and name brand tires too. Route 322 in Reynoldsville. Tri-County Performance, your local dealer of Western snowplows. Proud to support Dubois High School football and all youth athletics. And Hoffer Realty Associates, your real estate center for the Dubois area, serving Dubois, Treasure Lake, and surrounding areas. It's Dubois High School football in Bigfoot Country. Let's go Beavers!
Andrew Field, one play, 68 yards on the Dutchman's second drive of the game. On the ground for the rushing touchdown. 7-0 is your score in the early going on homecoming night at E.J. Mansell Stadium.
Well, let's see if there's an answer. I'm sure there will be. You know, the coaches got together there in that little break. I'm sure they're ready.
Beavers have to be able to run the football against this look. It is a must. They're going to take the alleys away. They're going to take the deep ball away. Got to take what they give you early in the pass game, and you got to be able to run the ball between the tackles. Just have a good mix of a run game overall to complement that passing game.
I agree 100%. And like you said, Deb, they're enforcing this penalty on the kickoff, so St. Mary's will be kicking from their own 25. So that should give Dubois good field position.
Duncan and Hansley back deep to receive. It's a low squibber. It's going to be fielded by Duncan at about the 30. He brings it from right to left, gets out of one tackler, but will not escape Chase Van Alstine. So he brings Duncan down around the 35-yard line. 8:41 to go first quarter. Dutchman leading the Beavers 7-0 here.
Yeah, that was I'm assuming they were planning on doing it. He kind of squib kicked that, and the up guy tipped it and made it a little bit more difficult for Duncan to pick it up.
Yeah, we're looking at, that's only about a 5-yard return. I'm sure the Beavers coaching staff was expecting to have a little bit better kick return coverage there. But here we go, 1st and 10 from their 32, 2 receivers each side. Gives it underneath to Duncan. Duncan coming left. Has a big lane. Here goes Duncan. Breaks a tackle and forced out of bounds by Talon Thomas. But again, a 14 on first down. Moves the ball to the 48-yard line.
Yeah, and if it wasn't for Thomas, I think he might have taken it because he was the last defender, and he just got him right on the shoelaces.
Duncan, sidecar left this time with Wingard in the gun. 2 receivers each side. Once again, it's Duncan. He's going to be wrapped down this time off the left side. Not much push there. Cook there with the stop.
Yeah, they're going exclusively to the left side so far here in the early going. I don't know if there was something they saw there. They expected to get some success, but
got a little more than I initially thought there, Keith. Picked up 3. It'll be 2nd and 7 for the Beavers. Ball just across midfield on the Dutchman 49. Beavers trailing 7-0 here. Under 8 minutes to go, first quarter. Here's a snap. Play fake. Quick throw over the middle. It's Thatcher Hansley on the run. 30. Talon, not Reese. Talon Reese, not Talon Reese, Dev. Talon Thomas with the stop right at the 30-yard line, and the Beavers getting into some tempo here. Fresh set of downs.
yeah, that's nearly impossible to stop that as quick as that happens. They could live on that all night long, I believe.
Trips to the right here for Wingard. Here's a snap. Quick throw out. It's Hansley. Hansley's going to be wrapped up, and he's dragging a couple tacklers with him.
5 yards.
Cody Thompson on the stop defensively. Be 2nd and 5 for the Beavers.
Positive yardage. Moving the ball down the field.
Good mix so far of run and pass. 2 receivers each side for Wingard. Duncan, sidecar left. Here's a snap. They're going to pitch it out to him. He's trying to get wide. Behind his block of Crawford. He's got the first down a little more. Duncan, 10, 5, forced out of bounds by Thomas again. But first and goal, upcoming the Beavers behind London Duncan. Give him 28.
That was a great jump step he took there, and when he got close to the sidelines to get around that last defender, then he just sprinted up the sidelines, almost got in.
Correction, give him 15 on that 2nd and 5 run. Play fake. Here's Wingard. Rolling right, firing end zone for Jackson Hansley. He's got it. Touchdown, Dubois.
Right on the money, too, on the run. He had him open for a while, and then he waited, almost let him out of bounds, but it was a great pass.
Jackson threat vertically and broke his route off to the outside. Wingard, perfect ball placement. Maddox Barnes on to tie this up.
And that's an answer right there.
Kick is up. Kick is
Flag.
good.
There's a flag down now.
We will check that flag after our break here. 6:45 remaining first quarter, and we are tied at 7. You're listening to Dubois High School football in Bigfoot Country.
Dubois Beaver Football is brought to you by Dubois Burger King, home of the Whopper. Whether it's a double, triple, impossible, or bacon, one thing's for certain, it's just delicious. Dubois Burger King, Route 255, the Beeline Highway, Dubois, and M Chevrolet in Punxsutawney. With new vehicles arriving daily, stop in soon. Proud to support our youth athletes. M Chevrolet, Mahoning Street, Punxsutawney. Together, let's drive. It's Dubois High School football in Bigfoot Country. Let's go Beavers!
Trey Wingard finds Jackson Hansley 5 yards out. And that penalty, as you mentioned, Keith, before break, personal foul against St. Mary's. So that will be tacked off on this kickoff as well. But yes, before the break, if you missed it, Beavers tying this thing up. Wingard from 5 yards out to Jackson Hansley. Wingard's 21st touchdown toss. Hansley's 11th touchdown reception.
Amazing. And we're into the 5th game, right? That's pretty good numbers, wouldn't you say? I don't know. Did he jump over the center when they threw that? Is that what they?
I'm not sure. I did not see, Keith. I was ready to send it to break, and I didn't even. You saw it well before I did. So not sure what caused it, but we'll take it. I'm sure Maddox Barnes will put this in the end zone. Give a long field for the Dutchman here. They're coming off a one-play, 68-yard touchdown run from Andrew Field.
Yeah, they didn't really elaborate on to why they called it. They just...
Beavers kicking off from Dutchman 45. And Maddox Barnes will send this through the end zone for a touchback. So 1st and 10 for Andrew Wheeler and his offense. We have a Dutchman down on the field. We'll take a short break while they tend to him. 7-7 here at E.J. Mansell Stadium on homecoming night in first quarter action. You're listening to Dubois High School football in Bigfoot Country.
Hi, everyone. It's Mike at DT Auto Glass in Dubois. DT Auto Glass is your local family-owned glass shop specializing in windshield repair and replacement for all makes and models of vehicles, including medium and heavy-duty trucks, school buses, and motorhomes. And we also cut flat glass for all types of equipment as well. For personalized service and great pricing, give our technician Kevin a call. He's been installing glass in the area for over 35 years and takes pride in his work. Let us take care of you and your vehicle at the best prices in town. For a quote or to schedule a repair or mobile appointment, call 814-503-4131 or stop by the shop at 349 Dubois Street.
Hi, my name is Lincoln, and Indian Man is my dad. Come in and see him for some new tires. They will look good on your car and keep you safe, too. He has lots of good brands to choose from, state inspections, and all kinds of service repair, and even undercoating. Don't wait until your car's inspections run out. Stop in and see my dad. He's the only Andy Man on Road 322. Come on in and tell him Lincoln sent you.
That's Ja'Cory Close getting back on his feet, injured Dutchman. As we are getting ready to resume action here, first quarter action between the Dubois Beavers and the St. Mary's Dutchmen, the District 9 Region 1 matchup. And Keith, while I'm thinking about it, all year, I didn't realize this, and I should have for sure. Last week, we called Dubois and Bradford a District 9 Region 1 matchup. That is no longer true. I was wrong about that. Bradford is in Region 2 this year with Brockway, Port Allegheny, and Red Bank Valley. So I was very much mistaken when I have been mentioning Bradford in District 9 Region 1 this year. They are not, so I apologize for that.
Honest mistake. You've covered yourself.
So here we go. I formation for the Dutchmen. Cook and Field, and they give it to Field off left side. This time stood up by Crawford, and here comes the help. Loss of one on the play. Time first down win there for the Beavers. Get back on track here.
Yeah, there was nothing there. There was no hole for him to shoot through that time at all. And I'm sure they're very cognizant as to where he's going to be all night long after that run.
Adam Druzak, Noah Crawford in the middle of that defense. Tyler Hansley, Maddox Clark are your ends. Dalton Reisinger, London Duncan, Thatcher Hansley, your linebackers. Walker Thomas, Jackson Hansley, your safeties. Here we go, up the middle. First guy through is Cook, stood up by Clark and Druzak, gain of 2. It'll be 3rd down and 9, and rounding out that starting lineup at corners, already mentioned Avion Bell and Samson Deeb on the other side.
Yeah, that was a quick hitter up the middle to the fullback trying to catch Dubois off guard, but that didn't work at all. So now it's 3rd and long.
This is where Dubois wants to be defensively in these 3rd and long situations. Wheeler under center here. I formation's got a tight end right. That's Cody Thompson. Thomas split out wide. He's going to roll right, looking downfield. Reisinger in chase, gets rid of it, and it is incomplete. Thomas went down for it. It was a low throw, but couldn't corral it. Be 4th and 9, and I'm sure the Dutchman will punt this one away.
Yeah, that took a long time to develop for that receiver to come open, and by that time there was 3 guys breathing down his back. He had to get rid of it, and he underthrew him.
Reisinger bringing some pressure up the middle. Was able to get some late pressure.
Once
4th
again,
and 9.
yeah, they're punting from inside the 10. We should end up with good field position here.
Sansom Deeb back deep. Here we go. It's a high punt. Going to get away from it. It'll bounce it midfield and out of bounds. And that's where it'll be, right at midfield on the 50-yard line. 1st and 10 for Dubois. We are tied at 7. It's homecoming night. We are crowning a queen at halftime.
Mm-hmm. And I have to give a shout out to my granddaughter. She is the princess in tonight's festivities. So go Bailey.
That is Bailey Kreiner.
Yes.
Be looking forward to that.
And once again, that was no accident. He kicked it out of bounds on purpose. So
2 receivers each side. 1st and 10. Wingard's back. Throws underneath. It's Duncan. Duncan trying to set up his blockers. Breaks the tackle. Cuts back. Still on his feet. Once again, Thomas with the shoestring tackle, but give Duncan 13 on 1st down on the little dump pass.
yeah, I think they're going to try to get him involved as much as they can now because, like we said, he's starting to assert himself. He's really coming out as being one of their better players.
Gain of 13. Takes the ball to the 37-yard line of St. Mary's. 2 receivers each side. Still showing the light box. 3-2 front. Here we go. Play fake. Quick throw. It's Nick Roman on the run. Up the middle. Breaking the tackle. There goes Nick Roman as he's cut down inside the 15. Nick Roman getting a start at receiver tonight. Making a big play here early in first quarter action as we get under 5 minutes to play here.
Once again, that quick slant inside, told you, hard to cover that. He hit him right in the numbers as usual.
Here's the snap. Wingard back. Gives it underneath to Duncan. Duncan, lots of room to run. Breaks 1 tackle. 10-5 touchdown Dubois. And they grab a first quarter lead here.
Yeah, that play was set up by the pass, obviously, and it was excellently executed. He only had one guy to really beat there. The blockers were there. Like you said, he's been following his blocks. He only had to beat that one guy, and he was gone.
Yeah, nice draw play. Duncan running very hard here tonight. Broken Andrew Field tackle from 13 yards out. A good mix of run and pass from the Dubois offense. And I believe the Beavers just got the Dutchman to jump. Let's see if that.
Yep, he's calling.
And nope, coach is already declining it. We'll just take the one. Declines the penalty. That's a good job by Sammy Deeb of changing the pace of his count up, so doesn't allow the defense to catch on and jump and have aiding and blocking a kick. Very good job by Sansom Deeb as we get a good snap, a good hold. Maddox Barnes is up and good. 4:30 remaining in our first quarter. The Beavers grab the lead back. They lead 14-7 over St. Mary's. You're listening to Dubois High School Football in Bigfoot Country.
A note from Fiddy and Melissa Smith. For many years, Dubois has been more than our home. It's been our community, our family, and our inspiration. We've lived here, worked here, raised our family here, and been blessed every step of the way. From friends who wave across the street to teachers who inspire our children, local businesses that keep us thriving, and first responders who keep us safe. You've made Dubois a wonderful place to call home. So, from the bottom of our hearts, thank you, Dubois, and let's go Dubois Beavers.
London Duncan from 13 yards out on the ground to give the Beavers the lead here. 4:30 remaining in the first quarter, 14-7. Keith, St. Mary's threw the first punch in this game. Andrew Field, 68 yards on the ground, but quickly here, the Beavers take back momentum with 2 quick touchdowns, guys.
Yeah, I think that initial touchdown might have woke them up a little bit. I think they might have been a little sluggish there, not realizing maybe they did take them for granted a little bit. But we'll see what happens on this drive for St. Mary's if the defense continues to get a 3 and out here, get the offense back on the field.
Yeah, just 7 total plays thus far for the St. Mary's offense. Started with a 3 and out, the 1-play touchdown run, and then another 3 and out. So hopefully this Dubois defense is settled in now, and hopefully Dubois can further get control of this game here in the first half. Maddox Barnes in to kick. Frankie Smith back to receive. A high end over end taken at the 10. It's fumbled. Picks it up at the 15. Brings it right. Cuts it out. Now he's dancing around and he'll be cut down by Justin Hines right at the 20-yard line. Long field to go. Drive for the Dutchman. They'll have 1st and 10. Mark it at the 21.
Yeah, once he fumbled that down and was bobbling around, that took away anything. I mean, the defense then just closed on him. He didn't have anywhere to go. But like we said, we'll see what the defense dials up here.
Wheeler back under center. 2 backs behind him, I formation. Cook and Field. Tight end to the right. Here's a snap. They give it up the middle. It's Cook on the quick hitter. Turns his legs to about the 24. Give him 2. It'll be second down and 8.
Yeah, they haven't really done much. Their play calling's been limited. Of course, the one worked, but
yeah, St. Mary's, taking their time. This is what they did a year ago, but they found success early, moving the ball on the ground, really controlling the clock. Dubois defense has other plans here in the early going here. 2nd and 8. Field.
kept it.
Wheeler, I apologize, on the keep. Going triple option there with Cook and Field. Wheeler kept it. Beavers all over it. Maddox Clark on the stop.
And here we are, back to 3rd and long.
No gain, 3rd and 8. This is where St. Mary's does not want to be. So they got 2 receivers each side here. Thomas and Thompson to the right. Gilmore and Smith to the left. Field, sidecar left for Wheeler. Here's the snap. Wheeler back, quick throw to the right. His pass is in and out of the hands of Thompson. Walker Thomas might have got a hand in there, but it'll be 4th down again. And the punter coming on for the Dutchman.
Yeah, that ball popped up. Deeb was coming in to make the tackle, and
Pretty
it went
good
right
throw, too.
and it went right by him. If he'd have been playing ball, which you don't do it that way, but by the time he realized the ball had popped out, it was already past him.
Yeah, absolutely. Well defended by the Beavers.
Yep. And there's the 3-and-out we were talking about.
Sheely back into punt. Beavers leading here. 3:08 to go first quarter, 14-7. A good snap handled by Sheely and another high punt. Hansley's back there, and he'll fair catch this one at the 48-yard line of Dubois. So here comes the Trey Wingard offense once again, and rather quickly.
Yeah, and they're right back where they were before. I think the last drive started right around the 50 as well. Now they're on the 48. Looking to take advantage of this, maybe put up another one before the end of the first quarter here.
Yep, so everything that we were talking about, if a few quick passes, getting the ball down the field for Dubois, getting the ball in their athletes' hands, getting good yak, and they're running the football a little bit, complementing that passing game. Let's see if it can continue here. 1st and 10 from the 48, 2 receivers each side. Here's a snap. It's Duncan coming left. He's got room to run. Duncan, 40, 30, forced out of bounds by Thomas at the 25, and another chunk, big play run from sophomore London Duncan.
Yeah, that hole was wide open there whenever he turned the corner. I was thinking he was going to try and cut that back and try to get in behind those 2 defenders, but he decided to take it to the sideline, but still a big gain.
Give them 27 on 1st down. Fresh set of downs at the 25 of St. Mary's. Beavers looking to get a 2-score advantage here. First quarter action. 2 receivers each side. Here's the snap. Quick play fake. Quick throw again. It's Hansley on the run. Spins out of 1. 10. Cuts back again. 5. Sprinting to the corner. Makes another man miss and takes it in. Touchdown, Dubois. Hansley made the whole entire defense look silly there for the Dutchman.
Yeah, he did. I mean, he came in for the ball and then broke it back outside. And I know 3 guys just whiffed completely whenever he did a nice sidestep on the one, kind of swum past the other guy with that arm pull, and then he just was in no problem standing up.
Honestly, I think he made it a little bit harder on himself. I think he had it on the initial cut. Might have had to muscle his way in, but hey, nonetheless, Jackson Hansley, 2nd touchdown of the evening. And we do have a Dutchman down on the far side of the field. So while they tend to him, we'll take a quick break and we'll have this extra point on the other side. Your score, Beavers 20, Dutchman 7. You're listening to Dubois High School football, Bigfoot Country.
Let Trisha and your team at Fox's Pizza Den in Sykesville whip you up a party pack for your tailgate party or grab one before you head out to the game. They serve you the perfect pizza from their den to yours. Call Fox's Pizza Den in Sykesville at 814-894-7777 for the perfect pizza. Fox's Pizza Den on Main Street in Sykesville, open Monday through Saturday, 11 till 9 and Sunday 2 to 7. Check out their Facebook page, Fox's Pizza Den-Sykesville, for all their daily specials and more.
Back here at AJ Mansell Stadium. Following the Jackson Hansley 25-yard touchdown reception. Good snap, good hold. Kick is up. Kick is good. 2:46 to go, first quarter. I think the Beavers are just getting started here on homecoming night. Your score, Beavers 21, Dutchman 7. You're listening to Dubois High School football in Bigfoot Country.
Football season is here. Are you fueled for the fight? At Infused IV Hydration and Wellness, we power athletes like you with hydration, recovery, and performance strips that keep you in the game and at your peak. From cramps and soreness to fatigue and focus, Infused IV therapy and PEMF therapy hits harder than your toughest workout. Walk in Infused IV Hydration and Wellness or schedule now. InfusedIVBar.com and feel the difference that real recovery makes. Infused IV Hydration and Wellness, where athletes recharge.
Trey Wingard finds Jackson Hansley 25 yards out for the score to stretch the Beaver lead to 21-7 over the visiting St. Mary's Dutchmen. Of course, got a District 9 Region 1 matchup here tonight. Beavers looking to add another one in the win column. Got control early here after the Dutchmen drew first blood. All Beavers sense. Short, high end over end, fielded at about the 17-yard line. On the run of Smith. Cuts it back at the 30. Trying to reverse his field again and gets ripped down by Brody Ward on the stop for the Beavers.
The thing that you got to look at right here, just under 3 minutes left in the first quarter. St. Mary's had a possession. Dubois had a possession and threw an interception. St. Mary's had another possession, got the long touchdown run. And then Dubois scored 3 times. So you're talking probably scoring 3 times in a span of 6 minutes.
Yeah.
Something around there.
Right.
So what we were talking about before, the big play offense, it is there. And the defense has been turning it up every week. Yeah. And they've already got 3 and outs in this game. So that's taking it to the next level that you were talking about.
Just doing it in a little bit smaller of a chunks this evening because St. Mary's is dropping. They're dropping 4 guys back deep, really taking away the deep ball. Full house backfield, whistles blow on first down, and St. Mary's will take their first time out of the half. We will take another one as well. 2:40 remaining in our first quarter here, homecoming night at E.J. Menzel Stadium. Beavers leading the Dutchmen 21-7. You're listening to Dubois High School football in Bigfoot Country.
Dubois Beavers football is brought to you by William Fitty and Melissa Smith, longtime supporters of our local communities, are proud to sponsor Dubois Beaver football. Joe's Tuck Shop. When you need to look your best, just go to Joe's. Proud supporter of the Dubois Beavers. And Fox's Pizza Den. Grab a party pack from Fox's Pizza Den in Sykesville before you head out to the game. It's Dubois High School football in Bigfoot Country. Let's go Beavers.
Back here at E.J. Menzel Stadium. St. Mary's with the ball on their own 29. Trying to see if they can get something going. Haven't been able to move the chains a whole lot.
Yeah, they need to get a couple of first downs here, knock some time off the clock and move that ball, not hand them back in 3 plays.
Full house backfield here for St. Mary's, and they're going to give it to Field right up the gut. Runs into a wall of Dubois defenders led by Jeruzak. Just a gain of 1 to get to the 30. It'll be 2nd down and 9.
Yeah, they're going to need to mix it up a little bit here if they expect to have any kind of success doing that. Not that they didn't. That one long run was more than success, obviously, but there are no holes there now.
Beavers shook that off, got right back to work. Full house backfield once again. Counter action coming back with Thomas. Beavers all over it. Crawford with good penetration to get the tackle for a loss. Loss at 2, 3rd down and 11. Dubois defense stepping up here.
Yeah, this is exactly what we talked about, and this is what they want to do, get them in 3rd down and long, because that's not good for St. Mary's, not when they're basically a running team that's not having a whole lot of success here.
Couple of good quick throws by Wheeler here tonight, but unable to be caught. So he's got double sidecar in the gun here. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Here's the snap. Wheeler's back. Under some pressure this time. Rolling right. Still looking downfield, and he's just going to have to eat it, take the sack. Locked up downfield. Noah Crawford with the sack. Lost the 7. It'll be about 4th down and 19.
Yeah, the boys in black are starting to flex their muscle a little bit now. That's 4 series in a row with 3 and out. So St. Mary's going to have to try to regroup and come up with something. But once again, Dubois is going to get great field position here.
Yeah, as we mentioned, St. Mary's coming out of the gate, getting first points up on the board, but quickly the Beavers have taken control. Defense getting off the field. Offense methodically moving their way down the football field, finishing drives. We're under a minute to play.
Time ran out. He didn't get the kickoff. There's a penalty. He didn't kick.
They didn't call it, but the punt is nearly blocked, and I don't know how it wasn't. Pressure from Hansley as that takes a big-time Dutchman bounce. Took almost a 30-yard bounce, Keith. That ball hit before midfield, ending up all the way back on the Beaver 34.
I have no idea how he didn't block that. I think he ran by him.
You're so right how it wasn't a delay of game. The officials missed one there big time.
Oh, yeah, and that's
zeros on the play.
Yeah, I thought everybody gave up on the play because they realized there was a penalty, and I think even the Beavers coming in thought, hey, it's a penalty.
Yeah, and then second to that, I don't know how Hansley missed that block. He was right there. Looked like he was about to take it off the foot of Sheely. But Sheely gets a very favorable bounce, and I think it's the longest field for the Beavers here tonight.
But that's okay. They need to work on that too.
Walker Thomas checks into the backfield. And I believe the Beavers...
Yeah, they threw.
You would time out. I think they had too many men on the field, and they're going to get the flag for it. Yep. Broke the huddle with 12 men. Be a 5-yard penalty. They'll have drive start 1st and 15 from the 30. So 1st and 15 here. Walker Thomas checks into the backfield. 2 receivers each side in the snap. Walker Thomas, delayed handoff, coming left. Lots of room to run. A killer block from Crawford. Thomas trying to use his speed. Big gain as he's forced out of bounds at midfield. Singer with the stop. I don't see any flags, Keith. Big time run there from Walker Thomas.
Yeah, and I like what he did. I'm sure you saw it too, but when he saw the defender coming, he was getting near the sidelines. He put both hands on that ball. He was protecting that ball at all costs.
So that takes care of the penalty. Give Walker Thomas 20 yards on 1st down. 2 receivers each side. Ball's in midfield. Here's the snap. Wingard's back. All day to throw. Fires over the middle and it's picked off again. It's Landon Cook. Forced out of bounds by Walker Thomas. But another turnover by the Dutchman defense, and they'll get the ball back at midfield. Big-time turnover. Try to get the Dutchman back in the game. But another errant throw. Weird to see from Wingard here.
Yeah, I don't know who he was trying to get that ball to there because he had plenty of time. He waited and waited. I assume he was thinking somebody was breaking open there. I don't think he saw him because he threw it right to him.
And they're dropping 6 DBs, so for the most part, as long as everybody's doing their assignment, lanes are going to be closed up. That's why you got to take what they give you. 2 picks here this evening by the Dutchman defense.
Hopefully this doesn't fire up St. Mary's.
2 receivers each side. Wheeler under center, Field behind him. Man in motion, that's Gilmore. They give it to Field right up the middle, short gain. Carries to the 46, give him 3. It'll be 2nd and 7. Tyler Hansley on the stop.
Yeah, they definitely need a big stop here, to take away the momentum from St. Mary's. That's the end of the first quarter, I believe.
That play takes us to the end. Your score, Beavers 21, St. Mary's 7, but the Dutchman on the move here as we start the second quarter. You're listening to Dubois High School Football in Bigfoot Country.
Dubois Beavers Football is brought to you by Infused IV Bar. Stop in and see how Infused IV can help you become faster on and off the field. Midway Drive in Dubois, or check out all we offer at InfusedIVBar.com. And Bloom Electric Heating, Plumbing, and Air Conditioning, providing sales and service to both residential and commercial businesses. When you call, we get moving. 814-375-0884. It's Dubois High School football in Bigfoot country. Let's go, Beavers.
Landon Cook picks off Trey Wingard. That's Trey's second tonight. Dutchmen get the ball back, looking to dig in to the Beavers' lead. They got 2nd and 3. I'm sorry. Flip field, Keith. We'll reverse that. 2nd and 7. Just in Dubois territory at the 47.
Yeah, they really need, like we said before, they need to put together a drive, even if they don't get any points, knock some time off the clock because.
Yeah, Beavers own in time of possession for sure. Here we go. Quick snap, quick throw out. It's Thomas loses his footing, but somehow ends up getting about 2 or 3 there. Sent him deep close to make the tackle.
I don't know. Did he have trouble?
Yeah, he stumbled
securing
back.
that ball? Or?
Yeah, no gain. I think he just lost his footing and bounced back, and deep rallied, so no gain on the play.
Here we go. 3rd and long again. You wouldn't think this would be 4 down territory, do you?
I think it might be.
Mm-hmm. 3rd and 7.
Trips to the left here. Wheeler. Under center, field behind him. Man in motion again is Gilmore. Here's the snap. Wheeler keeps it in pitch motion, and he'll keep it. Hensley rallies to make the stop. It'll bring up a 4th down. Gilmore was with them in the pitch. I think that might have been a good idea to give it to him. He had the outside for sure.
Yeah, I agree, but I think we are.
That's what I thought was coming.
We're seeing what we anticipate here. This is going to be 4th and what is it, 2?
Yep.
And they're going. The offense is still on the field.
Just 4th and 1. They've been getting about 2 to 3 on that quick hitter up the middle. So 2 receivers each side here. Wheeler's going to be in the gun. Field. Sidecar left. Trying hard count. Now they'll change the play. Receiver squeezing in. Here's the snap. Wheeler's back. Wheeler looking. Rolling left. Now he's going to cut back, and he dives for the marker, and I think he's short. Credit Thomas with the stop. It'll be a turnover on downs. Wheeler tried to use his legs around left edge, couldn't get there. Good job of the Beavers rallying to the football, and Wingard will get the ball back here.
Yeah, what you just said, Bev, that, they were getting that yardage on that quick hitter up the middle almost every single time they ran it.
I'm surprised they went to the air there, Keith. I really am. On 4th and 1, I give it in the hands of my best player who has a 68-yard touchdown run tonight.
Yep. And it was a pass. It wasn't a designed run. He
missed plays there by the Dutchman. I think on that option play, I think the pitch man would have been the best option there, but Dubois defense stands tall. Wingard back to work, trips to the left.
See if they take a shot here right off the bat.
They'll give it underneath the Duncan, off right side. He breaks the tackle, still going, dragging Dutchman with him near midfield. Once again, ran through an Andrew Field tackle, and the senior's slow to get up. Give Duncan 7 on 1st down.
I mean, I don't know how many players St. Mary's has going both ways, but that wears on you after a while when you're out there all that time.
Yeah, Field will head to the sideline for a play. 2 receivers each side, 2nd and 3. Underneath again, Duncan. He'll cut back. 1st down and more. Still going. Inside the 40 to the 35. Another chunk play from London Duncan on the ground. Takes the ball to the 34 of St. Mary's.
Yeah, I mean, you can tell from the games that we've been covering this year, his confidence level is just through the roof. He is doing way more than he was doing early on.
Ground game is cooking here in this first half. 2 receivers each side. It's Duncan again. Huge hole off left side. Breaks a tackle. And another one. Duncan sprinting. 10-5 breaking tackles. Touchdown, London Duncan. His 2nd of the night. 9:22 to go, 2nd quarter.
He is
Fire trucks getting the work out.
He is a hard man to bring down. I mean, he keeps them legs churning, and he was just there were white jerseys just bouncing off of him on his way into the end zone there.
And this is how you expect to run the football. Against a look like this, a look that they're giving, that was the game plan. Let's see if St. Mary's will now make some adjustments to that now that they're having trouble with the Dubois run game, because, man, there is just big, gaping holes all through the middle of that defense. Kick is up. Kick is good. 9:22 to go in our first half. Your new score, Beavers 28, Dutchman 7. Come on back for Dubois High School football in Bigfoot Country.
Dubois Beaver football is brought to you by DeLulo Transport and DT Auto Glass windshield repair and replacement for all vehicles, including medium and heavy-duty trucks. 349 Dubois Street, or visit DeLuloTransport.com. And Caleri's Bakery. Get an Italian sub platter for your next game or gang get-together. And, of course, that famous Caleri's bread. Totally homemade, baked fresh on bricks for a taste no other bread can match. Caleri's Bakery, Dubois Street, Dubois. It's Dubois High School football in Bigfoot Country. Let's go, Beavers.
London Duncan takes it to the barn. 34 yards out on the ground, his second score of the night. Winger's got 2 touchdown passes received by Jackson Hensley. Things are rolling here for the Beavers on homecoming night. 28-7 is your score.
Yeah, long run by St. Mary's to start the scoring, and now Dubois has 28 unanswered points in a span of around, what did we say? We're thinking like 9 minutes now.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yep.
4 touchdowns in 9 minutes. That's pretty good shooting.
Quickly getting momentum back. We talked about it. St. Mary's, very well coached football team. They're going to be tough. They're going to be physical, and they're going to play hard. I just think can't really match up with Dubois on the outside and their athletes. But here we go. High end over ender taken by Smith at the 10. He brings it right. Flags fly. Breaking tackles forced out by Tyler Hensley. And we'll check the hanky on the return.
Yeah, I'd say that's going to bring it back. I mean, they only got out to the 25, but I think it's going to bring it back.
St. Mary's not helping their cause out. And it will be a block in the back. 10-yard penalty from the spot. 9:15 to go in our first half. We got M. Chevrolet of Punxsutawney halftime show, where I sit back down with athletic director Dew Spiker. We talk about homecoming, all sports across the board, and I think we just might talk about a little football as well.
Do you think? I would think maybe you might. So that pushed them back to the 15 with the penalty.
Long field, Wheeler in the gun, trips to the left. 9:15, second quarter action. Here we go, up the middle, it's field. He's got a head of steam, wrapped down by Tyler Hensley. Give him about 2 or 3 there. Hole did open up initially, but the linebackers closed.
I was going to say, it was very deceiving. It looked like he was going to get more and did get more, but no, he only got 2 yards there.
Yeah,
so
good job initially at the point of attack offensively, but Tyler Hensley fitted it well. 2nd and 8. Wheeler's been in the gun here, and he is again. Trips to the left, field sidecar to his right. Here's a snap. He's back, looking left, pumps. Now evades the pocket under duress, and he goes down. Adam Darujak with the pressure. I don't think he laid a hand on him. Might have lost his footing again. Tried to cut back, but just good pursuit, good pressure by this Dubois defense. Really getting after it here in the first half.
Yeah, I think he just stared down the one receiver, and then when he saw that he wasn't open, he tried to pull it down and run, but he lost his footing and went down. But he was looking at a sea of black in front of him, so he wasn't going anywhere anyway.
Loss of 8. It'll be 3rd down and 16. So what do you do here? Not many plays. Backed up here behind the sticks. 2 receivers each side. Man in motion. They're going to give it underneath the field, and he is dropped immediately. Noah Crawford, Tyler Hensley, and I'm sure the Dutchman will punt this away here. All Beavers.
Yeah, I think they were looking at that like, we're going to play this safe. We don't want to do anything, have a turnover down here in this situation. You know, they had 3rd and 16 inside their own 10, but now they're looking at punting from out of their own end zone. And the last time, Mr. Hensley ran right past the punter.
Yeah, let's see if Dubois can dial up some more pressure here on this one. With the punter, will be punting from his own end zone. That's Shealy. It's a good snap. Here comes the pressure, but it's quickly booted away. Deeb's just going to let it bounce in front of him. It'll take a Dubois bounce, and it'll be down at about the 37-yard line. Short field for this offense. I'm sure they'll be looking to capitalize here.
Yeah, and everybody out there listening, we don't want you to think that, we're talking down on St. Mary's or anything. It's just they've been out there a long time. And like Devin alluded to, I think Dubois is a little bigger, a little stronger, maybe a little faster in most positions. That's a tough call to go for the defense on St. Mary's.
We do have St. Mary's takes their second time out, and we will take one with them. 7:01 remaining in our first half. 28-7 is your score. Beavers back on the move. They'll have 1st and 10 on their own 37. On the other side of this break, you're listening to Dubois High School football in Bigfoot Country.
Dubois Beavers football is brought to you by the Greater Dubois Area Chamber of Commerce, serving 14 municipalities to make life better. Proud to support all of our local businesses and our area youth athletes, too. Dubois Drug and Wellness, your community, your health, your pharmacy. Proud to support the Dubois Beavers and People's Auto Body in Reynoldsville. Here for all your collision repair needs and accepts all insurances. It's Dubois High School football in Bigfoot Country. Let's go, Beavers!
First and 10. 38 of St. Mary's. Riesinger checks into the backfield for the first time tonight. Beavers going back to work here on offense, leading the Dutchman 28-7. Homecoming night. And the Beavers still got some work to do here in the first half.
One-on-one coverage out here on the outside for Hensley.
Here we go. Winger back, looking. All time to throw. Throws it far sideline at your Hensley. And he's brought down inside the fiend. Bruno Stagger on the stop for St. Mary's.
Yeah, and Jackson was open, cutting across the middle, too. He was running a post route. He was open, too.
22-yard gain.
So let's look defensively. Still showing a light box. Might have snuck an extra linebacker in. Looking at a true 3-3 stack look here. Beavers still moving the ball. 2 receivers each side. Winger pumps. Winger back. Looking. Lofted one to the end zone for Deeb. Makes the over-shoulder grab. Leaping forward. He does. What a catch by Samson Deeb. Nice over-the-shoulder grab. It wasn't easy.
And I'll tell you what. He threw the ball before he even made his cut. I mean, they had to have been on the same page. They've been practicing that pass for quite a while because he just dropped it right in the bucket.
We know that Trey Wingard is most likely going to play baseball in his future, but that is a next level type ball placement right there on that wheel route. Excellent execution across the board for the Beavers. Good snap, good hold. Maddox Barnes is up, and his extra point is good. Your new score with 6:46 remaining in second quarter action. Beavers 35, Dutchman 7, and you're listening to Dubois High School football in Bigfoot Country.
Dubois Beavers football is brought to you by Andy Man's Car Care. Stop and see Andy for state inspections, repair and service, and name brand tires too. Route 322 in Reynoldsville. Tri-County Performance, your local dealer of Western snowplows. Proud to support Dubois High School football and all youth athletics. And Hoffer Realty Associates, your real estate center for the Dubois area, serving Dubois, Treasure Lake, and surrounding areas. It's Dubois High School football in Bigfoot Country. Let's go Beavers!
Trey Wingard connects with Samson Deeb. 13 yards out for the score. Beavers 35, Dutchman 7. And the Beavers all in control on their homecoming night here. We'll crown the queen at halftime. And we'll have the M. Chevrolet of Punxsutawney halftime show, as we always do. Barnes sends a low lining end over end, this time fielded at the 5. On the run is Smith. Takes it across the 20 to the 25. Brought down Dalton Riesinger on the stop. They'll mark it at about the 28-yard line. 1st and 10. Dutchman going back to work, trailing 28 points to the Beavers.
Yeah, 35 unanswered points after that first touchdown for St. Mary's. And I know we've said it already, but, they really need to find something here and at least get a first down. I don't think they have had a first down. Have they had a first down all game yet?
After the interception, I believe they picked up a first down, but no, it's really just that one play that they got. And even though they've been able to turn over Trey Wingard a couple times, man, he's just cool, calm, and collected as ever. You can't really ever get to Trey Wingard. He's going to make plays. He's just going to come back and sling it again and again. 1st and 10, Wheeler under center. Second back through his field. He tries to cut back, but cuts right back into Walker Thomas with the stop. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Yeah, as far as what you were saying about Trey there, bad things are going to happen now and again, but you just got to push them behind you and just move forward, and he's done that in spades tonight.
Yeah, and I think the biggest difference so far of this game from opposed a year ago when St. Mary's got this win, Dubois is stopping the run.
Yep.
St. Mary's had their way last year. They controlled time and possession, especially in the first half. It was run after run. Dubois couldn't get off the field. Complete different story here this year, as I believe the Beavers are going to jump off sides here on 2nd and 10, but we'll await the penalty. But yeah, much better defensive approach and effort here tonight to shut down this rushing attack that St. Mary's has.
It looks like they're calling it against St. Mary's,
yes,
even though
it was.
Yeah,
they are.
The Dubois player jumped, but I don't know that he went across the line of scrimmage.
Must have been simultaneous.
Yep.
Usually goes to the offense. Wheeler back under center following the penalty, 2nd and 15. Cook and Field behind him in the eye. Once again, second back through is Field. Again, stood up at the line of scrimmage. No gain. Crawford leading the charge there. It'll be 3rd down, 14.
It just seems like, their playbook is very limited. They haven't really done much different throughout this whole first half here, and Dubois is just concentrating on what they've been doing and stopping
not much attempts to throw the ball downfield. Looking at stats-wise, that's why we called it a heavy rushing attack coming in. Wheeler much prefers to use his legs than his arm. 3rd and 14, he's under center once again. Here comes Racing on the blitz. Wheeler gets out of it, scoots right up the middle. He's going to be near first down yardage, but won't quite get there. Needed the 40, cut down at the 35 by Thomas. But another 4th down, you still think this is smart to punt it away here if you're the Dutch.
I would think so, but it doesn't look like the offense is coming off the
Wheeler
field.
Staying on the field.
Deep in their own end.
4th and 5 here.
Maybe they're going to try to get him to jump off sides here.
Double sidecar for Wingard in the gun. Looks like they're changing the play, looking at the sideline. And I believe St. Mary's is going to call their final timeout. They run some clock here, stopped at 4:28.
Yeah, I didn't. Yeah.
Yep, timeout St. Mary's. They take their 3rd and final of the half. We will take one with them as well. Come on back. 4:28 to go, 2nd quarter. Beavers 35, Dutchman 7. You're listening to Dubois High School Football and Bigfoot Country.
Dubois Beaver Football is brought to you by Dubois Burger King, home of the Whopper. Whether it's a double, triple, impossible, or bacon, one thing's for certain, it's just delicious. Dubois Burger King, Route 255, the Beeline Highway, Dubois, and M Chevrolet in Punxsutawney. With new vehicles arriving daily, stop in soon. Proud to support our youth athletes. M Chevrolet, Mahoney Street, Punxsutawney. Together, let's drive. It's Dubois High School Football in Bigfoot Country. Let's go Beavers!
Back here at AJ Mansell Stadium, slowly making our way to halftime, homecoming night, where we will crown our queen. I'm sure we'll have enough time. Keith and I will run through the court.
Yep.
Already mentioned Bailey Kreiner tonight. Can't wait to see her. St. Mary's Gambling. Wheeler back, throwing right, and it's incomplete. They'll turn it over to the Beavers. Short field once again. And I'm not sure about that decision there.
Well, the thing of it is, he was open, but I don't think they were on the same page.
Bad timing. That ball was out.
Yeah, it was.
And we talked about a lack of even trying to really throw the football here from St. Mary's. Are they going to have the time if they decided to drop back and actually throw the ball downfield. They haven't had the time tonight. Noah Crawford has been a menace all night in the middle of that Dubois defense.
And that came out of a timeout. That's what they came out with, out of a timeout.
So 1st and 10, Dubois back to work on offense. 2 receivers each side. Double Hansley's to the right. Sansom Deeb, Nick Roman. To the left, London Duncan back in. Here's the snap. Wingard back, looking for it all, going end zone for Jackson Hansley, and he drops it. Went right through his hands. A perfect throw, incomplete. It'll be 2nd and 10.
And that's what I said the last offensive series. Remember, I said they had one-on-one with Hansley out there. I knew it was only going to be a matter of time till they took a shot. But unfortunately, right in his hands, he just couldn't pull it in.
Hansley enough speed to get behind the safety help there as well.
And that would have been number 12 on the season, right, if he'd have held it. That's a lot.
13. Would have been
13.
13. He has 12. 2 receivers each side, 2nd and 10. Going to go another delayed handoff underneath the Duncan. Has room to run. 1st down and more. He gets inside the 25. Now that's where they'll mark him right there. Give him 10. It'll be a fresh set of downs. Get it down to about 4 minutes to go here. Offense featuring sophomore back London Duncan here tonight. It's certainly been needed. Winger's been picked off twice. And we've just talked about it. This team can get to a higher level if they can show a lot of balance, make defense guess even more. Wingard's back, pumps, now evading left, gets out of a sack. Now he throws across his body, incomplete. Intended for Thatcher Hansley to bring up 2nd and 10.
That's a dangerous pass there when you're throwing across your body, across the middle of the field. With all those white jerseys down there. I thought he was going to run. When he came out of there, I thought he had some open field in front of him. I thought he was going to run.
If he can, he's always going to look to throw that ball downfield, get rid of it. Great pocket presence. Back to work here on 2nd and 10. 2 receivers each side. They're going to toss it. Coming right with Duncan. Duncan trying to get to the sideline, but can't run by field. It'll be a short gain. 3rd and 7, upcoming the Beavers.
Yeah, I'm sure this is 2-down territory. Well, maybe not. Maybe they could kick a field goal. I don't know. You never know, right, Dad?
Really can't go wrong with either decision. Points are points, and you're up 28, Keith. So kicking the field goal, which they certainly can, I'd say they want to be more at get to about the 23, 22 to make it a 40-yard attempt. But Beavers haven't been stopped much here tonight. 2 receivers each side. Another delayed handoff underneath Duncan. Lots of room to run. 1st down and more. Breaking tackles. 10. Eventually brought down at the 5. 1st and goal. Upcoming the Beavers. I don't see any flags, Keith.
Yeah, that initial burst that he had when he broke through the line, quick, very quick. And then he made one cut, and he was, again, off to the races. They did manage to get him down around, what'd you say, 7? But it's 1st and goal.
A lot of success on that delayed handoff. Right through the middle of the defense. All behind sophomore running back London Duncan as we get under 2.5 to play in our first half. Trips to the left here for the Beavers. Hansley loaned up to the right. Wingard is back. Looking for Hansley. Throws corner end zone. Touchdown, Dubois. Once again, Wingard looks for Hansley. Wingard finds Hansley.
Yep. And he made sure of that one after dropping that one. He made sure he squeezed that one.
1, 2, 3, 4, 13 times this year.
And pending the extra point, then we're on a running clock, are we not, at that point?
Yep, 35 points. Yes, That is the rule. That will start in the second half, though. 2:15 on the clock remaining.
And last week, when that was the case, we didn't even see the starting offense in the second half. So
very true. Very true. Kick is up. Kick is good. Your new score with 2:15 remaining in first half action. Beavers 42, St. Mary's 7. And you're listening to Dubois High School Football in Bigfoot Country.
Thank you.
Dubois Beavers football is brought to you by William Fitty and Melissa Smith, longtime supporters of our local communities, are proud to sponsor Dubois Beaver football. Joe's Tuck Shop. When you need to look your best, just go to Joe's. Proud supporter of the Dubois Beavers. And Fox's Pizza Den. Grab a party pack from Fox's Pizza Den in Sykesville before you head out to the game. It's Dubois High School football in Bigfoot Country. Let's go Beavers.
Trey Wingard finds Jackson Hansley 5 yards out for the touchdown pass. 42-7 is your score. All Beavers on homecoming night. And when you draw homecoming night up, Keith, preseason, I think this is how you want it to go.
Oh, most definitely, except for one little mark against them in that long run for the touchdown.
All Beaver sense.
Yes, sir. They're firing on all cylinders tonight.
Not much movement offensively from the Dutchmen. Let's see what they have in the closing minutes here of the first half. Another low line and end-over-end fielded at the 8 by Smith as he gets out of a couple tacklers. Eventually makes his way out of bounds around the 30. Drive start will be at the 28.
Now, I would assume that St. Mary's is going to run the ball here and try to run this clock down. I don't think that Coach Wingard will take timeouts to stop it. I think he'll just let it run.
Yeah, I think he'd be happy with this lead at halftime, but we'll see the St. Mary's approach. I'm sure their goal is to not give the Dubois offense the ball back with a chance to score, but here they're coming out. 2 receivers each side in the gun here, Keith. On 1st and 10, they give it up the middle of the field. Good little surge up front, across the 30, still going. Eventually wrapped down by Tyler Hansley. Give them 3 on 1st down as we get under 2 minutes to play here.
Yeah, they're taking their time for sure. They want that clock to run down, but if they don't get that 1st down, I think they're going to have to kick it back.
Empty backfield this time. Rolling left is Wheeler. Quick throw in and out of the hands. Did he catch that on the deflection? No, they're calling incomplete. About a 10-yard out intended for Gilmore through his hands. Smith behind it, running the corner, almost fell right into his lap, but he couldn't quite corral it. Incomplete. It'll be 3rd down and 7, and that stops the clock.
Yeah, I was just going to say that's the bad thing.
I bet you will look for Dubois to use some timeouts as they have all 3 of theirs remaining. St. Mary's has none, and Wheeler is back in the gun here. Trips to the right. Sidecar left is Field. Wheeler back in the gun, facing pressure, gets out of it again. Gets out of another tackler and another, and he's near 1st down yardage, but he's going to be just short again. A heck of an effort by Wheeler, getting out of multiple tackles. It'll be 4th down and short again, clock winding under 1 minute and 20.
Let's see if
Do you go for it?
I think the offense is staying out in the field.
They are. Trusting their guys to get a yard here. Wheeler's in the gun, 2 receivers each side. Here's the snap. He's back. Another quick throw. He's got it. 1st down to Thomas. And Deeb is going to get a flag here. Unnecessary rip out of bounds way after the play. That'll be 15 for St. Mary's.
Yeah, that was unnecessary, and I'm sure he'll get a talking to about that at halftime.
Yeah, very unnecessary play there by Deeb. Didn't come out of frustration. Just not a smart play at all. Can't come out of frustration up 42-7. I don't know how you could.
Yeah, I wouldn't think so. That's one of the few completions that St. Mary's has had all night.
Yeah, one of the few penalties against the Beavers here tonight, but those are the ones TJ Winger definitely wants to stay away from. That'll move the ball to the 42 of Dubois. 1st and 10. Wheeler in the gun. 2 receivers each side. He's back again under pressure. He steps up but will not escape this time. Adam Derujak there. His 2nd sack of the evening. Loss of 4 as the clock running under 1 minute.
Yeah, they've been harassing him all night. He's been running for his life. And like you said, there was nowhere for him to go that time.
Wheeler staying in the gun. 2 receivers each side as they're showing some tempo here. As the clock's winding down, they just give it up the middle to field, up the middle to field. Druzak with a quick stop, no gain, 3rd and 14, and that can be the final play of the half if St. Mary's wants it to be.
Yeah, they're going to have to hurry to get one off here. I think they are going to run a play.
In a first half, that St. Mary's drew first blood. Beavers, 42 unanswered points. All in control of this one. Wheeler back again, going to the sideline, and is nearly picked by Avion Bell. That'll leave some time on the clock following the incompletion, 1.4. So put that ball in harm's way for sure. Jackson Hansley had a beat on it as well.
I don't know. I'd be surprised here if St. Mary's tries to air it out again with only 1 second left, but maybe.
Sheely is on, but they will have to snap this football. And I'm sure Hansley will be deep. So if anybody can make a play here, Keith, with 1.4, I'd put it in the hands of number 7 for Dubois.
That's why I was saying I would think St. Mary's going to play it safe here and run the ball, or maybe they're going to punt. They got a guy back.
Yeah, just punt safe here. Now Hansley's creeping back. Sheely corrals a snap and sends the punt away. And Hansley will just let it bounce. Clocks will hit 0. And that is how our first half will end here at E.J. Mansell Stadium. Beavers all over the Dutchman. 42-7 is your score. Got the M Chevrolet of Punxsutawney halftime show on the other side of this break. And you've been listening to Dubois High School football in Bigfoot Country.
This is Bigfoot Country.
WIFT Dubois, a 7 Mountains media station.
This is Bigfoot Country.
Hi, it's Matt Torchetta here at M Chevrolet. If you're ready for a new vehicle, it's a great time to shop M Chevrolet. Thanks to all of our customers, we've had record sales over the past few months as Chevrolet has increased our inventory. We've got new vehicles arriving daily. And if you're ready to upgrade to a new vehicle, stop in and see us. I'm Matt Torchetta, and I'm proud to lend my support to youth athletics in our area. In Dubois Beaver football here today. M Chevrolet in Punxsutawney. Together, let's drive. Hi, it's Matt Torchetta here at M Chevrolet. If you're ready for a new vehicle, it's a great time to shop M Chevrolet. Thanks to all of our customers, we've had record sales over the past few months as Chevrolet has increased our inventory. We've got new vehicles arriving daily. And if you're ready to upgrade to a new vehicle, stop in and see us. I'm Matt Torchetta, and I'm proud to lend my support to youth athletics in our area. In Dubois Beaver football here today. M Chevrolet in Punxsutawney. Together, let's drive.
It's time for the M Chevrolet of Punxsutawney halftime show. Hope you enjoyed our first half between the Dubois Beavers and St. Mary's Flying Dutchman. But now, Devin Clark here, sitting down with Athletic Director of Dubois area, Dew Spiker. Dew, let's get right into it. Let's get an update on our fall sports across the board, if you don't mind.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Glad to be talking to you again. Fall sports update here so far. Continuing the main theme from the last time we talked is a lot of success. This week, both girls and boys soccer won some good solid matches with Bradford. Always a tough opponent. I think it's been turning into a little bit of a heated rivalry there for both teams on the pitch. But they're doing really well. Girls soccer is about to hit a gauntlet of a schedule. They have 4 games in the next 5 or 6 days of some out of district high level competition. So we're excited to see them go through that and hopefully come out pretty successful with it. We're looking ahead at some District 9 Central League Championships coming up pretty soon. Boys golf, girls golf, which both teams were highly ranked in terms of team standings and individual standings. So looking for that to be successful before we go into actual district play. Same deal with girls tennis. I think we're leading the way there in the Central League as well. Cross country's continuing to do well. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot going on right now, and we're kind of in the heat of it. But again, I think the big thing is for us is we're seeing a lot of success from top to bottom, and it's really cool to see our athletes step up to the plate, have high expectations, and follow through.
Yeah, I know from me, it's nice to always hear about the continued success across the board. We know football is back on track as well. We will talk about that momentarily. And so next time we get together, Drew, sounds like we'll be getting into some, depending on the sport, we'll be getting into some postseason action through District 9 Carolina and the sub-regions in whichever sport that may fall, but we'll get into that later. So moving on here, we're going to switch gears a little bit. Do want to talk about Mansell Stadium. The outside has officially been redone, got a new paint job, and, just redid the completely outside of the home bleachers and the visitors. They were renovating on the inside of the guts of Mansell as well. So do you have any insight on that? Or when will the final renovations be done at Mansell?
Yeah, it's actually really cool to see everything kind of start to come together. Obviously, some of these projects were completed or have were started before I got here. Come into it and kind of see what's going on. It was really exciting. I don't have a pinpoint date for you. There's been a lot of things going on under Mansell, like HVAC, electrical, and sometimes, you have things you can't foresee. So I think some of those issues are taking a little bit longer than we anticipated. But underneath Mansell, we'll have a lot of things available to our student body. We'll have a nice full weight room that'll be completely equipped. We'll have a movement lab for conditioning, mobility work, core training, a full-blown wrestling room, band and arts. We'll have a room for them to rehearse and practice. We'll have locker rooms, restrooms. It's going to be a pretty sweet setup. I think it's something that our students in our district deserves. It's been a long time coming. It's an incredible space. Once we kind of had a vision of what it should look like, and our superintendent, Wendy Benton, did a phenomenal job kind of orchestrating that, putting it together, planning it, and then obviously executing. So I'm really excited to kind of see everything come together. And whenever we have that date, I'll be sure to relay that to everybody, because it's going to be exciting. Everybody's going to want to kind of see what's going on with it.
Yeah, I'm sure, because it's always been the same setup down there. You never really had that field house look like some stadiums have, even in our close area here. Within our district in our conference play. So yeah, I know. I'm sure lots of folks are going to be really excited about that. So now you know a little bit of details, and that's something that everybody can look forward to moving forward. Students, everybody going to the game, and fans as well. So thank you for that update, Dew, and we'll keep moving along here. It is homecoming week as we welcome in St. Mary's Flying Dutchman here for week 5. Man, we're in week 5 already. Can you believe it? We're almost on the back half of the schedule here. But Dew, I want to pick your head a little bit. So what's homecoming been like for you this week, and what has been your favorite part?
Yeah, I mean, homecoming, it's a beast, man. I think there's so many things at play, and we have a lot of people in our district, a lot of our teachers who are taking the time outside of their already busy schedule to kind of help orchestrate everything, whether it's the parade and the tailgate, getting things prepared for the court, whatever it might be. So there's a lot going on. As for me, I think the biggest thing is just making sure we have everything in place to make sure the game goes smoothly, the timeline stays on track. We let everybody know what's going on. Just preparing extra event staff on hand to make sure that we don't run into any issues. We're totally expecting a high capacity crowd, which is great. But with that just comes, we need some increase and some help. But that's just the biggest thing for me, I think, is just making sure that everybody else has what they need, just to make sure everything goes smooth and everybody can have a fun, enjoyable night.
And as far as I can see, everything has been going smooth. I'm sure this week is a lot more on your plate. It's probably different than most weeks with everything going on in school. So hey, from where I'm sitting, looks like you're getting that help. The good help that you need. Sounds like you want some more, but looks like you're doing everything you can do. So keep up the good work. And piggybacking off that question, does homecoming look similar or different to you from how you remember it back in the day when you were in school here?
Yes and no. I mean, it's tough to say, and I kind of had this conversation with somebody earlier in the week with like the parade and everything, and just making sure we have a timeline on that, what's going on. We have to let people know what's going on with it if they're coming into town. But I had to say, I have no idea, because it's been so long since I've been back, and then any homecoming that I was ever part of while I was in school, I was playing football. So I wasn't at the parade, and I was so oblivious to everything else kind of going on. So, we still have the tailgate, we still have the parade. There's a lot of people involved. So yes, I think a lot of the same traditions are in place. I think a lot of those things are staples for us. But in terms of me having experience and seeing it, it's kind of like the first time really from this perspective. So just kind of seeing everything, full picture, what's going on, how much goes into it. But it is cool to kind of see these things still in place and people still enjoying these these traditions.
Yeah, maybe one day when this is all said and done for you, maybe you can enjoy the finer part of it. Enjoying the tailgate. Not being the AD and setting everything up and having to run around and do all that. So maybe one day, you'll get to experience that, dude. All right, dude. Let's wrap wrap up here. Let's talk about these Dubois Beavers. They got themselves back on track. Big time win down in Carson City against the Gremlins. That's always a battle down there. It seems to always end in a shootout. Defense really stepped up and got a big time win for the boys down there. Got back-to-back wins at Bradford. We're back home last week, back home this week. Homecoming, as we've been talking about. So thoughts on the Beavers getting back on track and moving forward? Got a big game against Punxsutawney following this homecoming game this week.
Yeah, it was cool to see them kind of step up to the plate and step up to the challenge in terms of the game with Carson City. I'm sure Carson City was, extremely excited and kind of on another level. I know it was their military appreciation. They had to fly over. So, I'm sure they were really amped up on another level and just wanted to come in or, host a bigger team and a successful team and knock them off. Like you said, the defense did step up. They had a really strong second half, kind of held their ground and came out with that win. And then last week with Bradford, it was nice to see them kind of just settle down early on, trading punches. And I think our defense again stepped up. We had those back-to-back pick sixes, which is really cool. And I think that kind of just set the tone for the rest of the game. Allowed the offense just to do their job, feel comfortable that the defense is playing well and has their back and can kind of follow through. And then as far as this week, hopefully we can kind of see that continue. It's no secret we have some really, really talented kids on that offensive side of the ball. We have the same talented kids on defense. I think it's just them getting settled, executing, doing the right thing, sticking to their responsibilities, and just following through with their jobs. And as far as not trying to look ahead, just making sure we execute here with St. Mary's.
Yes, absolutely.
But yeah, I think going to Punx is going to be a huge game. Punxsutawney's doing extremely well this year. They've looked solid every single week, and I think our boys will be hungry to get another chance at it. Which this year they actually get another chance at it. Rare.
Yeah, it is rare. It is rare to play.
But hopefully they go into it knowing what to expect. Hopefully they're ready to kind of like bring the boom. I think we know that Punxsutawney is a very physical team. So if we can be physical, we can hold our ground, have defense step up, do their job, follow through with how our offense knows how to do, and just execute and do your job. I think they'll come out on top of if they do those things.
Yeah, Keith and I have been talking about the last few weeks. We think this offense is good enough to win games for this Dubois team. Trey is that good. He's one of the best in the state. He can sling the ball all over the yard, push it downfield, and we can win that way. But I think this team has another level they can reach. If the defense gets going, they can get off the field, give Trey more opportunities to sling that ball downfield. And if we can get the running game, a good complementary there, really keep defenses off balance, I think there's another level this team can reach as we enter the back half of the schedule.
1,000%. With Trey and Jackson alone, statistically speaking, they're probably one of the best dynamic duos in the country. And that's not just me saying, again, statistically, they're that good. So I think, again, we have the talent, we have the players there on defense. Again, it's just making sure, hey, we step up, can we execute, can we do our job, or we settle down, and be able to just, again, give our offense that confidence to know, we can do this. We don't have to try to do too much. We can just do our job and know our defense has our back. Like I said, I think they're going to go a long way.
Yeah, we hope the Beavers can handle business here at homecoming, and lots to look forward to, lots of challenges upcoming this Beaver football team. That's all the time we have. And I want to thank you. I appreciate you very much for taking the time out of your busy schedule, man. I know it's bonkers for you. Really appreciate you finding the time and sitting down and getting these interviews done with me. Thank you, man.
Yeah, appreciate you too, man. Keep it up. Love listening to y'all. Doing a great job.
Yep, and we will be back here with you in a few weeks. And this has been the M. Chevrolet of Punxsutawney halftime show in Bigfoot Country.
Hi, it's Matt Turchetta here at M Chevrolet. If you're ready for a new vehicle, it's a great time to shop M Chevrolet. Thanks to all of our customers, we've had record sales over the past few months as Chevrolet has increased our inventory. We've got new vehicles arriving daily. And if you're ready to upgrade to a new vehicle, stop in and see us. I'm Matt Turchetta, and I'm proud to lend my support to youth athletics in our area. In Dubois Beaver football here today. M Chevrolet in Punxsutawney. Together, let's drive. Hi, it's Matt Turchetta here at M Chevrolet. If you're ready for a new vehicle, it's a great time to shop M Chevrolet. Thanks to all of our customers, we've had record sales over the past few months as Chevrolet has increased our inventory. We've got new vehicles arriving daily. And if you're ready to upgrade to a new vehicle, stop in and see us. I'm Matt Turchetta, and I'm proud to lend my support to youth athletics in our area. In Dubois Beaver football here today. M Chevrolet in Punxsutawney. Together, let's drive.
Hey, welcome back to EJ Mansell Stadium. The Beavers leading at halftime over the St. Mary's Dutchman 42-0. 42-7, and this game has been all Beavers. It is homecoming night, and right now we're at probably the second main event here this evening. Behind the football game, of course, is crowning the queen at halftime, and they're in the process of finishing up that ceremony. And while they are finishing that up, we will give a shout out to everybody in the court here tonight. So your 2025 homecoming court consists of Ashlyn Buzzard, escorted by Maddox Bennett. Grace Crawford, escorted by Connor Thompson. Stasia Danilek, escorted by Brant Bash. And I apologize if I did not pronounce that correctly. Moving on. Avery Fontaine, escorted by Nikolai Feshik. Claire Gallagher is escorted by Alex Sego. And Claire Guthridge, escorted by Lucas Lanzoni. Moving on, Sarah Hickman, escorted by Landon Buchanan. Grace Reynolds, escorted by Michael Stainbrook. Lucy Williams, escorted by Noah Farrell. Adeline Witherite, escorted by Ryan Rensel. The 2025 homecoming Duke is Mikey Andrzejewski. I am so sorry if I cannot pronounce these correctly. Sometimes it's a little tough for me, folks. I apologize if I got that completely wrong. This year's Duchess is Jamie Nat. This year's Prince is Crew Savio Mahalik. That is a sweet name. And already mentioned, but we will give her another shout out. The 2025 homecoming princess is Bailey Kreiner. Last year's queen, Alea Middleton, and their escort, Connor McAllister. And they are moments away from crowning the 2025 homecoming queen. We do have plenty of time here at halftime. My good partner, Keith Kreiner, is down enjoying the time with his family, watching his granddaughter, the princess, here for the homecoming festivities. I will now turn the mic over to the PA announcer. Hopefully you guys can hear him, and maybe we'll capture the crowning of the 2025 homecoming queen for Dubois area.
I just thought I'd like to make the range a little bit.
So here we go. I will now attempt to make you guys hear. Here we go.
Dubois Area High School homecoming queen is Adeline Witherite.
The pause for dramatic effect from the PA announcer. Adeline Witherite is your 2025 homecoming queen. Congratulations to Adeline. Already mentioned. Back to football. Beavers all over the Dutchman here. 42-7. We will go back to the station for a quick message, and we will continue to wrap up halftime as we gear up for our second half kickoff between the Beavers and the Dutchmen. Make sure we come on back as you're listening to Dubois High School football in Bigfoot Country.
Are you looking for a new pharmacy? Hi, I'm Bill Drahushak from Dubois Drug and Wellness. Dubois Drug and Wellness is conveniently located at 209 Beaver Drive in Dubois. We offer delivery services, medications compliant packaging, immunizations, and a friendly, knowledgeable staff ready to help you. We have been serving our community for over 18 years and will continue to be here for you. Stop in or call us at 814-371-5827 to learn more. Dubois Drug and Wellness, your community, your health, your pharmacy.
Are you happy in your current job, or maybe thinking it's time to make a change? Then why not work for a company that actually cares about you? DeLulo Transport has immediate openings for multiple positions, including CDL drivers and owner-operators, non-CDL package delivery drivers for our FedEx division, and diesel mechanics. We offer competitive wages and benefits, including company-paid health care with dental and vision, 401k with a company match, paid vacation and holidays, and quarterly safety and performance bonuses. DeLulo Transport is big enough to deliver, but small enough to care. Give us a call, 814-503-4131. Stop by the office at 349 Dubois Street, Find us at DuluthTransport.com.
Hi, my name is Lincoln, and the name is my dad. Come in and see him for some new tires. They will look good on your car and keep you safe, too. He has lots of good brands to choose from, state inspections, and all kinds of service repair and even undercoated. Don't wait until your car's inspections run out. Stop in and see my dad. He's the only Andy van on Road 322. Come on in and tell him Lincoln sent you.
Welcome back to E.J. Menzel Stadium as my trusted colleague is still trying to make his way back to the booth from the field. I'm telling you what, this man's so popular. I continue to watch him get stopped by people coming up that he knows. He can't even make his way back up to the booth. He's so popular. He's got to stop and talk to everybody. What a guy. Well, while we wait for Keith to get back up in his seat, let's give another shout out to our sponsors for tonight's broad. M. Chevrolet of Punxsutawney, Bloom Electric, Heating, Plumbing, and Air Conditioning, William, Fiddy, and Melissa Smith, Caleri's Bakery of Dubois, Delulu Transport of Dubois, Dubois Burger King, People's Auto Body, Reynoldsville, Dubois Area Chamber of Commerce, Dubois Drug and Wellness, Tri-County Performance Dubois, Andy Mann's Car Care Reynoldsville, Hoffer Realty Dubois, Joe's Tuck Shop Dubois. Also thanks to Infused IV Bar of Dubois and Fox's Pizza Den of Sykesville, sponsors of the live video feed on the Love My Bigfoot YouTube channel and our Facebook page. Dubois High School football here in Bigfoot country. Players trying to making their way back onto the field. Keith Kreiner has finally made his way through the rowdy crowd back to the booth as we are gearing up for second half action. How was it down there, Keith?
It was awesome. My apologies, but my granddaughter was down there on the field, and I just had to be a part of it. Sorry, I had to step out for a minute.
Already mentioned, gave her another shout out. She looked absolutely beautiful down there, as did everybody else. Once again, congrats.
Did you cover the first half without me?
To the homecoming queen. No, I was waiting for you, my friend. So we will recap that first half as we still have some time, Keith. We talked about it at the end of the first half. St. Mary's drew first blood in this one, got things going. As you may be thinking as this game got started, here we go again. St. Mary's, another good game plan coming in. They're going to execute it. They're going to have the Beavers on the ropes. Beavers quickly turned that around, got control of the line of scrimmage defensively, got control of the line of scrimmage on offense, methodically moving the ball down the field. Passing lane started to open up as the ground game got going. 35 unanswered points from the Beavers throughout after the first 2 or 3 minutes of the ball game.
Right. I mean, that's what we wondered, how they were going to respond to that initial touchdown by St. Mary's, and they just exploded. I mean, everything they were doing was working, and like you alluded to at the beginning of the game, they needed to get their running game going, and they sure did.
Yep, and it's been very complimentary. St. Mary's does have 2 turnovers in this game, but it really doesn't have much of an effect as we're here 42-7. We talked about it. Trey Wingers, Mr. Cool, calm, and collected back there in that pocket. Offensive line is giving him plenty of time to throw the football. But when you drop back 6 DB, sometimes things just aren't there. They're taking away the downfield attack. But, hey, the Beavers still found a way late in that first half to find some deep shots down the field.
Yeah, I mean, when you're going one-on-one, man-to-man with Mr. Hansley, with the speed that he has, it's just unreal. He just separates himself from the defense. And, other than dropping that one in the end zone, he's had a great first half again. And what did you say? He has a total touchdowns for this year already?
13 touchdowns.
Through 4.5 games.
3 touchdowns for him, 3 touchdowns for London Duncan, who has had his prints all over this football game, playing a lot of defense now as well. And it's just been a well-rounded game thus far for the Beavers, completely dominating the first half.
Yeah, I think things have gone the exact way that they wanted to. Obviously, their game plan come in was to establish the run and then mix the pass in. and they've just had their way. Although you said he does have 2 interceptions, but the defense stepped up and just shut St. Mary's down.
Yep, and the Beavers look to continue that. I'm sure we'll see a lot of guys get into the game here. We'll have that Mercy Rule clock running for the second straight week as we're gearing up for a second half here, and the Beavers all in control here. Take a quick break. Second half kickoff on the other side. Beavers 42, Dutchman 7, and you're listening to DuBois High School football in Bigfoot Country.
A note from Fiddy and Melissa Smith. For many years, Dubois has been more than our home. It's been our community, our family, and our inspiration. We've lived here, worked here, raised our family here, and been blessed every step of the way. From friends who wave across the street to teachers who inspire our children, local businesses that keep us thriving, and first responders who keep us safe. You've made Dubois a wonderful place to call home. So, from the bottom of our hearts, thank you, Dubois, and let's go Dubois Beavers.
Welcome back to AJ Mansell Stadium. Second half about to get underway here. Homecoming night. Beavers will receive the second half kickoff. We'll talk about some other scores around the area here tonight. Thursday night football, high school football action saw Brookville taking down Bradford 49-27. Other games around. Smethport on top of Bucktail 32-6. Claysburg, Kimmel, and Kerwinsville tied at 0. Same with Central Clarion and Brockway, knotted up at 0. Clearfield on top of Huntington 13-7. Moniton, Keystone also 0-0. Bunch of defensive battles across the area tonight, Keith. Nod and Kane Auto Eldred, that's in favor of Kane 35-0. Port Allegheny on top of Red Bank 20-6. Third quarter action. And Karn City, what we were looking for, Keith, a big matchup with Punxsutawney. The Chucks are down 19-0. Third quarter action, that'll play big dividends later in the season for the District 9 Region 1 crown. Union AC Valley, knotted at 0 once again. So lots of defensive games going around. Not the case here as second half action underway here. A low squib up the middle, bobbled by the up man, Avion Bell, but he'll take it coming right, makes a man miss. Avion Bell up the middle, there he goes. Another broken tackle and another cuts back again. There goes Avion Bell near midfield, finally brought down. Gilmore with the stop, but a nice little return at a Bell. Looks like he was dead to rights from the get-go. Turned something into nothing.
Yeah, that was a fantastic return, obviously. But, I mean, he just kept stepping back, sidestepping. They didn't really get to him till midfield, and then they kind of gang tackled him. But they have to be happy with that. The up man getting that kind of a return.
Yeah.
The effort that he put in there.
Running clock rolling for the Beavers. Walker Thomas in the backfield, and it is the Trey Wingard offense to start the second half. 2 receivers each side. It's been good field position all night for the Beavers. They're just on the other side of midfield at the 49. They will give it to Walker Thomas straight up the middle, and he is wrapped up quickly for no gain by Landon Cook, 2nd and 10.
Yeah, we would expect Coach Wingard to come out here, maybe run the ball a little bit, run some time on the clock, give some other players some opportunities. But like we said last week, they didn't even see the field in the second half. I don't imagine that they will be out here very long today.
My guess would be a driver 2, Keith, maybe just this one here, as bad news for St. Mary's. Landon Cook on the turf, slow to get up, needing some help on the field. So while he's down, they check him out. We will take a quick break as well. Just getting started here, third quarter action on homecoming night at Mansell Stadium. Beavers 42, Dutchman 7. You're listening to DuBois High School football in Bigfoot Country.
Let Trisha and your team at Fox's Pizza Den in Sykesville whip you up a party pack for your tailgate party or grab one before you head out to the game. They serve you the perfect pizza from their den to yours. Call Fox's Pizza Den in Sykesville at 814-894-7777 for the perfect pizza. Fox's Pizza Den on Main Street in Sykesville, open Monday through Saturday 11 till 9 and Sunday 2 to 7. Check out their Facebook page, Fox's Pizza Den-Sykesville, for all their daily specials and more.
Landon Cook gets up on his own power, walking to the sideline. Give Walker Thomas actually a loss of 1 on that first down play. It'll be 2nd and 11 for the Beavers. 2 receivers each side. Double Hansley is to the right. Deeb and Roman to the left. Here's your snap. Winger's back, quick throw left side. It's Nick Roman again, catching it on the run near first down yardage, depending on the spot. I think they'll mark him just short, got 10. It'll be 3rd down and 1. So Nick Roman, 2 targets, 2 grabs for the senior.
That was that inside slant move again.
Yep, taking what they're giving him.
Yep, nothing wrong with that.
Trips to the left here on 3rd and 1. Right up the middle to Thomas. He cuts it back, has first down yardage. Needed 1, got 2.
Boy, if he'd have broke that back to the right there, I think he had big yardage there.
Got what he needed to keep the drive going.
Yep.
Fresh set of downs, 38-yard line of St. Mary's as Riesinger checks into the game for Thomas.
If anybody out there is just tuning in, Dubois has a 42-7 lead on a running clock here in the second half over the Flying Dutchman of St. Mary's.
Trips to the right here, up the middle to Riesinger, runs over one wood up at the 36. Go to 2nd and 7 here on 2nd down. Back-to-back weeks with the running clock. I'm sure everybody loves the stress-free games.
Yes.
And a packed house here at A.J. Mansell Stadium for homecoming night. Fans are rolling in about 20 after 6 here. 2 receivers each side. Once again, up the middle to Riesinger. Breaking tackles. Flags fly. He's cut down around the 30. Just shy of first down yardage. Penalty in the area of holding where you'd expect. And it is. Be a 10-yard spot foul penalty.
Yeah, I was going to say it wasn't on the initial part of the play. It was after he broke that first tackle and reoriented himself upfield. That's when they threw the flag.
Must have been at the 2nd level. So we're looking at about a 2nd and 16 here for the Beavers. One of the first times being backed up here tonight. They've kept the penalties at a minimum in this contest. 2 receivers each side. Winger's back. Looking for the dump-off screen under some pressure and just throws it away wisely.
There was a receiver in the area.
Yeah, some edge pressure. Yeah, no intentional grounding. Mike Miller providing the pressure there off the edge to bring up a 3rd down and long here. So this is exactly what St. Mary's defense wanted to put Dubois in offensively. 3rd and long, throwing into their 6 DBs.
No doubt about it. And it looked like that was almost a busted play, though, because even after the play, Trey looked over to the sidelines with his arms up.
They were trying to set up the screen and just well defended. Trips to the right here. They're going to toss it to Riesinger, coming right. Behind a whole bunch of blockers, breaks the tackle, trying to get to the edge. Riesinger trying to get 16, and he does. How about 20? Make it 25 yards on the carry for Riesinger on 3rd and 16. Give him 25, Keith.
And a good portion of those yards were after contact. He broke a couple of tackles there, and then once he got into the open field, turned it up. Way more than they needed.
Keeps the drive alive. Give a whole bunch of credit to the right side of that offensive line. Calvin Cooper, Harvey Klinger, and both Hansley brothers blocking. 2 receivers each side. As we're down to 7.5 to go, 3rd quarter. They give it underneath to Riesinger. Riesinger brought down pretty quickly by Field, just a short gain of 1. Field slow to get up once again. He's on the stop. Be 2nd down and 9. Beavers methodically moving down the field here, opening drive of the 3rd quarter, using lots of clock as the running clock.
Yes. They're mixing it up a little bit, giving some other people some opportunities.
Yeah, heavy run game here. Starter still in. They're going to toss it right again. Coming with Riesinger, trying to get the edge, cuts it back and won't be able to. Good stand there defensively by the Dutchman. That's Thompson on the stop.
That'll be 3rd and long.
Yeah, Beavers on their way to using up half this 3rd quarter already. Getting down to getting close to 6 minutes.
Why is the clock stopped?
There is a flag on the field.
Oh, that's. Did you see that go down?
I did not.
Okay.
I just see it now. Clock stopped at 6:40. Holding offense again. The Beavers overcame one penalty on drives. Let's see if they can do another holding call.
This is a big one here, though. What are they looking at now? 2nd and 19, maybe?
Yeah, second, somewhere in that vicinity. We'll call it 2nd and 18. Just so everybody knows you were wrong and I was right.
Well, now the board says 2nd and 17.
So now everybody knows you were wrong and I was wrong as well. Trips to the left here for Winger. Going to toss it left with Racinger. Racinger trying to get the edge in. Cannot. No gain on the play. Stop made by Cook. So 3rd and long. Once again, picked up a 3rd and 16. 3rd and 17 facing the Beavers. As we are now under 6 minutes to go, I assume this will probably be the last time you'll see Trey Wingard in this football.
I would think so, yes. But I would not be surprised if they put it in the air here. I mean, it is 3rd and 17. Something safe.
Has only attempted at 2 passes, 1 completion to Nick Roman, and the screenplay that he had to ditch. 2 receivers each side. Delayed handoff. Coming underneath with Racinger. He's going to run into Landon Cook.
No gain.
I don't think any gain there as well. So good stop by the St. Mary's defense, and it'll bring up 4th and long. And I believe the Beavers are going to try a field goal here. It's going to be a long one. We're looking at about a 44-yard field goal attempt coming from freshman Maddox Barnes.
I think he has the leg from some of those kickoffs that he had there.
Make it 43. Looking at the flags down on the field, looks like not facing any wind, but the Beavers better hurry. Play clock getting down to 5. 4. Will they get it off? They do. Good snap, good hold. Kick is up, and I don't think it has enough leg, and I think it was wide left as well. It'll be no good. So your score will remain Beavers 42, Dutchman 7. St. Mary's gets the stop here to start the second half, but about over a 7-minute drive for the Beavers there, killing a lot of clock, and the only time this clock will stop here is now during change of possession.
Exactly. We'll see if anything that they probably talked about at halftime for St. Mary's, if they could come up with anything to see if they can get the ball moving up the field. I don't know what the defense is looking like here. You know the players way better than I, whether there's first teamers still in there or second team on the field.
Looking like a lot of second teamers in the game. They give it up the middle to Field. Webster makes a quick stop. Give them 2 on first down. Starters definitely still in for St. Mary's, but lots of backups in defensively for the Beavers.
As what you would expect at this point in time.
Webster, Clark, Kamatic, and Ward is your front 4 for the Beavers. Nathan Kreiner, Colton Stubbs, Keegan Gregory are your linebackers. Seth Wilmoth, Austin Eberle back from injury. Good to see him back are your safeties. James Crabtree, Nick Roman. Cornerbacks. I formation on 2nd and 8. Second back through on the counterplay is Field, breaking a tackle on the outside, getting the first down, and more tiptoeing the sideline. Gain of about 18 there for Field. His best run of the night by far since a 68-yard touchdown run to open the game.
Yeah, he broke a couple of tackles and got to the outside there, but they got just enough of them that he couldn't tiptoe.
They're going to call him way back, just around first down yardage. He did get the first down, but only give him about 10 there as the ball's on the 35-yard line. But a fresh set of downs for the Dutchmen as we're under 3.5 to go, third quarter. Beavers leading the Dutchmen 42-7. I formation. Wheeler under center. First back through this time is Cook. Breaks away from would-be tackler, and there he goes. He's off to the races. Eberle in pursuit. He pushes him out of bounds at the 35 of Dubois. So give Cook there about 28 yards. They'll mark the ball up the 37-yard line.
Yeah, they're getting hands on them right at the line of scrimmage. It's just they're breaking through. And once they get into the open field, then they're relying on the safety to make the tackle. But he did push him out of bounds. So
Front seven doing most of the dirty work thus far for the Beavers. St. Mary's on the move here. Third quarter action. I formation, 2 receivers to the right. First back through again is Cook up the middle. Lowering his pad level. Gets about 5 on first. Takes the ball to the 32. 2nd and 5.
Yeah, I think St. Mary's is just working on the future here, and they're not hurrying up offense or anything. They're just taking their time, making sure they get it right here.
Dubois wasn't so eager to really put up another score there on their last drive as well. So,
which is good sportsmanship. There's no doubt about it.
Twins to the right here. I formation. Second back through his field. He's got first down yardage off that right side. Needed 5, got 6. Ball spotted on the 26 of Dubois and another fresh set of downs. Minute 40 and counting, third quarter. And the third quarter moving quickly here.
And they're getting a good push up front, you know, because you got some younger guys in there and everything, but they're getting experience for the future. So that's what Coach Wingert's looking at.
Webster, Kamatic, Clark, Ward is your front 4. Once again, defensively for Dubois. Kreiner, Gregory, linebackers. Landon Schaefer is checked into the game as well. Here we go. Second back through this time is Field. Bounced into the outside. Got Nick Roman to get around and does. 15-10. Forced out of bounds at about the 4-yard line. Nick Roman forced him out, helped by Eberly, and St. Mary's knocking on the door for another score here. Trailing the Beavers 42-7. Under a minute to go. Third quarter action.
He's a big boy, that running back there.
Yep.
He, you know, once he turned and squared those shoulders upfield, he knocked a few guys out of the way.
Yep, he sets the tone for this St. Mary's team. There's no doubt about it. Both sides of the football. Starting middle linebacker, starting tailback. They go as he goes. Dubois is up to the challenge here tonight. I formation, 2 receivers to the right. Wheeler going to put it up. He's rolling right. Looking. Now he's just going to take off. Cuts back, makes a man miss, trying to get to the goal line, and he's ripped down by Eberly. Just short. They'll mark him at the 1-yard line. It'll be 2nd and goal from there.
That's probably going to be the last play of the third quarter right there.
We're down to 10. Now the clock stops to an injured Beaver. Not sure who that is.
I can't see a number from here.
Looks like it's Webster. But we will let them tend to him, and we will take a break as they do that. 12.1 remaining, third quarter action. Beavers on top of the St. Mary's Dutchman, 42-7. You're listening to Dubois High School football in Bigfoot Country.
Are you looking for a new pharmacy? Hi, I'm Bill Drahushak from Dubois Drug and Wellness. Dubois Drug and Wellness is conveniently located at 209 Beaver Drive in Dubois. We offer delivery services, medications compliant packaging, immunizations, and a friendly, knowledgeable staff ready to help you. We have been serving our community for over 18 years and will continue to be here for you. Stop in or call us at 814-371-5827 to learn more. Dubois Drug and Wellness, your community, your health, your pharmacy.
Back here at E.J. Menzel Stadium, it is Webster getting to his feet, walking off under his own power. St. Mary's has 2nd and goal from the 1-yard line. Webster still making his way to the sideline.
Yeah, he's walking a little gingerly there. He's not. I didn't see what happened. It was clear over on the opposite side of the field.
2 receivers in stacked. Set to the right. I formation in the backfield. Wheeler is under center. He's got Thompson tight end to the right.
Ball at the 1-yard line.
So here we go. Here's the snap. It's Cook up the middle. He stood up and dropped.
Yeah, he did not get
there. No gain.
Nope.
Good hold there.
And
that was Brody Ward on the stop, and that will take us to the end of our third quarter. A scoreless third quarter. 42-7 is your score. Beavers on top of St. Mary's. Come on back for the fourth quarter. You're listening to Dubois High School football in Bigfoot Country.
Football season is here. Are you fueled for the fight? At Infused IV Hydration and Wellness, we power athletes like you with hydration, recovery, and performance strips that keep you in the game and at your peak. From cramps and soreness to fatigue and focus, Infused IV therapy and PEMF therapy hits harder than your toughest workout. Walk in Infused IV Hydration and Wellness or schedule now. InfusedIVBar.com and feel the difference that real recovery makes. Infused IV Hydration and Wellness, where athletes recharge.
Welcome back to EJ Mansell Stadium. St. Mary's looking to get another score in the books here tonight in a game controlled by the Beavers. 42-7 is your score as we get underway of our fourth quarter here. Still have that running clock going even with the St. Mary's score here, Keith.
Yeah, I think it remains for the rest of the game. That's what your father, I asked, and he said, yeah, he believed that it did. And
Well, we found that last week.
yeah, that's what he said last week. Yeah, so shout out to the big man out there if he's listening.
So here we go. Wheeler's going to come out under center. I formation. Got a receiver to each side. There's the snap. It's again straight ahead. That's Cook. Correction, Gus Herzing is your ball carrier, and he takes it in 1 yard out for the score. 11:51 on the clock. So something for the Dutchmen to take home, and they'll have a little bit more time to take some more positivity back on that short bus ride back up north.
Yeah, I mean, we do have a running clock, for the second half here. So I'm sure they might even get another chance, but we'll see what Dubois comes out with offensively in the next series as well.
Yeah, regardless, they'll be looking to execute, move the ball down the field as this extra point is blocked, and that ball will be dead. You cannot return a blocked extra point in high school football, and that's Colton Stubbs getting through, getting the block. Good play there by Stubbsy. 11:51 remaining in our game. Here, District 9, Region 1 action between Dubois and St. Mary's. All Beavers 42-13 on top. You're listening to Dubois High School football in Bigfoot Country.
Hi, everyone. It's Mike at DT Auto Glass in Dubois. DT Auto Glass is your local family-owned glass shop specializing in windshield repair and replacement for all makes and models of vehicles, including medium and heavy-duty trucks, school buses, and motorhomes. And we also cut flat glass for all types of equipment as well. For personalized service and great pricing, give our technician Kevin a call. He's been installing glass in the area for over 35 years and takes pride in his work. Let us take care of you and your vehicle at the best prices in town. For a quote or to schedule a repair or mobile appointment, call 814-503-4131 or stop by the shop at 349 Dubois Street.
Gus Herzing finds the end zone from 1 yard out to take the score to 42-13 in favor of our Dubois Beavers here tonight. Homecoming night, District 9 Region 1 matchup. Looking like the Beavers will put another win in the win column as they've been all over the Dutchmen here tonight.
Another
low
kick.
squibbing kick taken by Crabtree at the 15, and he hits it hard up the middle. There goes Crabtree. Across the 35, nearing the 40, as he takes some defenders with him, and that's where they'll stop it at the 40. 1st and 10 for the Beavers. And now we'll go to the backups on offense. Quarterback Connor Perkins checking into the game.
That's what we expected. One series for the starters, and then
Ward, Clark, Hensley, Kamatic, and Billick is your front five offensively for Dubois. Crabtree, Kreiner, Prouty, Sallows are your receivers. 2 receivers each side for Perkins. Brock Fike, sidecar right, and they'll give it to him off left side. He'll lure his pad level, get to the 45. They'll actually mark him at the 44, gain of 3 on first down, 2nd and 7.
there was a nice hole there for a moment, and they kind of closed it down.
Beavers most likely looking to move to 4-1 on this season, the 2025 football season. Picking up another District 9 Region 1 win in the process. 2 receivers each side for Perkins. On 2nd and 7, they'll give it to Fike up the middle again. Cuts it back, nearing midfield. It'll bring up a 3rd down and short. We'll call it 3rd down and 1.
Do you have an update on the Karn City game? That's of interest.
That is very of interest. 4th quarter action. Karn City 19, Punxsutawney 14. So 14 unanswered points for the Chucks to get themselves back in the ballgame. That game at Punxsutawney. So we'll pay close attention to that one. Beavers working here. 2 receivers each side. Backups in. Fike up the middle. Needing a yard, and he's going to be stood up. Looks like the spot will give it to him. And I'm not sure now. We're moving back. And they will move the chains. Needed one, got one. So 3 handoffs to freshman Brock Fike. And now Joey Rochetti, junior running back, will check in. Ball's on the other side of midfield in St. Mary's territory at the 49, clock working, under 9.5 to go in a game here owned by the Beavers on their homecoming night. Couldn't draw it up any better.
Nope.
2 receivers each side. No snap. It's handled by Perkins. He's going to have to run to the edge. He gets there, gets what he can. Running out of bounds, takes a late shot, and the flag's a fly. Not 1, not 2, but 3. As he just got a couple yards off the edge there, but a late hit from Miller. And that'll aid 15 yards for the Beavers after the penalty.
And again, not really a malicious late penalty, but not a very smart late penalty.
No, I totally agree with you. So when you look at what's upcoming for the Beavers, Keith, we mentioned week 2, there is 2 meetings with Punxsutawney next week, and we are at that point. At Punxsutawney next week, that game will have no meaning in regards to conference standings. Just wanted to point that out. 1st and 10 here from the 32. It's Rochetti off right side, trying to bounce it out, breaks a couple tackles. They'll mark him at the 26-yard line. How about give him 7? Make it 6 on 1st down to set up 2nd and 4. So Punxsutawney next week. 3 straight road trips for the Beavers is what their upcoming schedule has, and that will start in Punxsutawney next week. Then they will face unfamiliar foe, District 7 opponent, Connellsville. They kind of play an independent schedule, not really a Whipwheel school, but they are District 7. 2nd and 4, Rochetti coming left side this time, and he's dropped in the backfield, stopped by Vanelstein.
The Punxsutawney game should be interesting in the fact that it doesn't really have any bearing in the standings, but to see if they can bounce back from that earlier loss to them this year.
Yeah, and as we roll under 8 minutes ago here in our contest here on homecoming, all eyes are going to be on that game next week. I'm sure the entire district will be paying attention to that game after what Punxsy did coming in, and Dubois is going to be looking to get one back at them, and should be a good District 9 matchup. Trips to the left here. They give it to Fike coming right, tries to get to the edge and will not, just picks up a short yard. It'll bring up 4th down and 4. So, I know certainly a goal for this Dubois football team this season is to pick up the most wins in program history. And I certainly think that this team has an opportunity to do so, as long as they continue to grow here, both sides of the football, continue to be disciplined, hardworking football team, and take care of business.
Which they have improved every week, so there's no reason not to believe they could do it.
Yep. Want to be playing their best football as you make that stretch run towards the postseason. And Keith, we're getting to that point. Next week, we'll be in the back half of our schedule, week 6. Dubois will be 4-1 heading into next week, and a big opportunity to them to right a wrong from the season. Did not expect to lose to Punxsy. Well, Punxsutawney is enjoying themselves a good start and continuing it, rolling on here in this 2025 season. They're in a tight one with Carson City tonight. We'll keep you updated on that as the Beavers continue to drive here, 6:40 and counting. Gerg gets him to jump off sides to keep the drive rolling. We toss it out to Brock. Fight coming left, cuts it back, nearing first down yardage, and the ball's out. Ball's out. The Beavers jump back on top of it, but Fike loses the football, and it makes him lose about 4 after his 8-yard run.
Yeah.
And now Yowie will check in at running back. That was Parker Billick jumping on that fumble, right tackle.
Still a net gain of 3 on the run, but like you said, he was up there, had about an 8-yard gain, and the ball came out and went backwards. So
Justin Hines is checked into the game at receiver. 2 receivers to each side here for now. Chad Gerg at quarterback. They give it up the middle to Yowie. He bounces it out left. Flags fly. Yowie breaks a tackle nearing the 10, close to first down yardage. I'm sure we'll have a hold against the Beavers. Be about their third or fourth holding here in this half. And a quick moving second half it is with this running clock, Keith.
Yeah, and that's what we expected, knowing what happened in the first half there. But you're getting some younger players out here. Getting some
St. Mary's has also done so as well. They have a lot of backups in the game as well. 10-yard penalty there after the holding. Take it to 2nd and 18. Ball back at the 28. Call it 2nd and 17. Dubois needs a first down at the 11. I'm sure they'll just keep this on the ground here. Keep this clock moving and head to 4-1 on this season. They give it up to Yowie. Coming right. He cuts it back with a nice lane. Yowie still going. Breaking tackles. 20. And the ball's out, and he keeps going. And whistles are blown. He must have been down, but ball's finding the carpet here in this fourth quarter. Not going to make the coaching staff happy.
Yeah, I did not actually see it going down on the turf, but I thought maybe he ripped it out of his arms when I seen him come out of there with it.
Yeah, the officials are going to talk about it here. They blew the play dead. Chase Herzing was running the other way with it. Officials are still gathered up. They're bringing the ball. They might turn this over. I think they are. Yep. They're going to call that a fumble. After talking about it, which you rarely see in high school football, especially at this point in a game like this. But yeah, Yowie lost that football. St. Mary's recovered it after they blew it dead, saying he was down.
Yeah, because I think he might have taken it to the house there. He was.
Yeah, he was gone. He was by Chad Gerg, who was the last man of defense there, and Gerg wasn't even making an attempt because the whistles were being blown. But it is St. Mary's football. They'll get the turnover, third turnover of the evening for the Beavers. Couple of fumbles on that drive, so a couple late mistakes. I'm sure easily will be forgivable after the performance of the first half. Beavers coming in taking care of business. Under center, I formation. That's Herzing. They give it to the second back through. He's hopping around in the backfield and will be brought down. Colton Stubbs leading the charge. That's Bruno Steger on the carry. And now backup quarterback Chase Herzing, a freshman, into the game. Loss of 1, 2nd and 11.
Yeah, these young guys out there, they're trying to, establish themselves and, have a good time while they're playing out there. They swarmed all over him for a yard loss.
Dubois won the line of scrimmage there. All reserves in the ball game for both sides. Ball's on the 16-yard line, 2nd and 11. Herzing under center, 2 backs behind him, I formation. Here's the snap. They're going to try to counter it. Quarterback's going to keep. He breaks 1 tackle. Webster carries him, rips him down, kind of aiding him upfield a little bit.
That was a busted play.
Could have stopped him for 2, but he kind of carried him for 3 there. So give him 5 on 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 6.
Yeah, there's a little confusion in the backfield there. The quarterback ran into the running back.
Just bad footwork by somebody. I think they wanted the counter play coming back the other way with the tailback, but some miscommunication for sure. Back under center is Herzing, I formation. So we're under 4 minutes to go here in this ball game. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. First back through, he stood up, keeps his legs driving, but won't get to the marker, just a gain of 2. It'll bring up 4th down. Clock continuing to wind down here at Mansell Stadium. District 9, Region 1 action. Dubois and St. Mary's. Dubois on top, 42-13. St. Mary's will keep its offense on the field here, it looks like.
Down to 4 for St. Mary's.
Getting down to about 3 minutes to go, Keith.
Yeah, and why not? You might as well. If you don't get it, then your second team defense is going to get a shot.
And Dubois can honestly basically kneel on the football from here. So here we go. 4th and 4 from the 24. Second back through, nearing first down yardage, and they get it.
Yep.
Behind right tackle. Stager picks it up. Needed 4, got 6. That'll keep St. Mary's on the field. That could most likely close up this ball game here tonight as they just continue to take their time. And, as we've been talking about a little bit, just take some positives, back in the locker room, back on the bus with you home. Just outmatched here tonight was St. Mary's. They certainly came in with a similar game plan that got them a victory a year ago. Just the Beavers, they just executed their game plan a little bit better, really dominated both line of scrimmages, and that's what they needed to do. Quarterback will try to hand up the middle, and he's met immediately. Kamatic almost took the handoff from him. Lost on the play.
Yeah. He no sooner got the ball and got smothered.
Down to 2 minutes and counting in this game. Beavers going to move to 4-1 on the season. St. Mary's will drop to 2-3. Dubois will be 2-1 in District 9 Region 1 play.
Yeah, like you said, they're taking their time. They're executing the way they've been taught to play the game.
2nd and 10. They're going to toss it, coming left. Good one-hand snag from Stager, trying to get the edge. Stubbs is there on the stop. Helped out by Prouty. Clock continues to run here under a minute and a half. It'll be 3rd down and 5.
They might get 2 plays out of this, and that'll be about it.
Yep, and if you've joined us late here, St. Mary's.
They're like a 3rd down and 5.
Started to scoring tonight.
For the 3rd and 4.
Beavers quickly took control of this in the first half. Needed to dominate the line of scrimmage. Run the football a little bit tonight, and that's exactly what they did. They're going to toss it right this time, coming with Stager. Tries to cut it back near first down yardage. Hansley's there for the stop. It'll be close on the spot as we're under a minute to go here. It will be 4th and 1. So we're looking at one final play here probably, and we'll get to zeros here, and we'll wrap up week 5 here.
4th down and 1.
We will travel to Punxsutawney next week. One of 3 straight road trips upcoming. The Dubois Beaver football schedule. 4th and 1 here. 2 receivers wide to the left. I formation. Stager donning that I fumble. Fumbled snap. Kamatic's all over it. Turnover on downs. That'll stop the clock momentarily. 1 snap for the Beavers. Kneel down. And that will end it.
Yeah, he was just a little anxious there. He wanted to get that play going, and
Yep, all 42 points in this ballgame. Yep. The Beavers scored in the first half. 3 from London Duncan, 3 from Jackson Hansley, off the arm of Trey Wingard, and just an all-around well-executed, well-played game by the Beavers.
Yep, they did what they wanted to do. They established that run game, which heightened the pass game. And they were firing on all cylinders, except for the 2 picks. But they recovered from that with no problem whatsoever.
Yep, and we got that nailed down from Trey Wingard, and clocks are at 0. Your final score here at E.J. Mansell Stadium. Beavers 42, Dutchmen 13. Come on back for a quick post-game wrap-up, and you've been listening to Dubois High School Football in Bigfoot Country.
A note from Fiddy and Melissa Smith. For many years, Dubois has been more than our home. It's been our community, our family.